about to be off the chain.
I see what you're saying.
Honey. God.
We rounded up 20 of Miami's sexiest women and men who are ready to trade in.
What's up,
Single
everybody?
life for a shot
We're going to
of love.
chat.
All right, quick, hold on now.
Hi.
But I like the way you look at me.
She's
Over the last
feeling.
12 weeks, the power to eliminate shifted back.
She's
and
feeling a
forth
little bit
between
better.
10
She's
women.
in there coughing now. She has like that tickle in her throat.
Gotta go.
She's better. Her temperature is gone. That's good.
I have no words.
Until only our final couples remain. Tonight, our singles are in the building.
Oh my God. This is about to be a mess.
When I see somebody, it's like they get a new penis because it always comes in plastic. And we're looking back at a season filled with love, connection, and yes, a few rejections too.
Because I think if I do it like this, I won't get banned or blocked if I don't show up for a long time.
All
Let's
right
see
now
what's going
on the Ready to Love Miami Reunion Special.
Walk, pose.
Okay, Jamala. She said what?
Welcome to the Ready to Love Miami Reunion Special. I'm your host, Tommy Miles, and I'm here with these beautiful singles who brought their own Miami heat in pursuit of finding a lasting love. Some of them made connections, had them feeling all sunny and fat. While others got caught out in those signature Florida downpours. Tonight, we're talking about it, including some of the things that went down, which the cameras did not catch. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Y'all know the streets be talking. Yes, they do. What's up, y'all?
Hey,
What's up, y'all? Everybody looking sexy. Got that
Yes.
good on. What's up, dog?
Honey, look at my beautiful black people.
Risen over here.
Hey, Pooh.
Yes, it has. All right, I know a few of y'all excited about getting some things off your chest and doing some talking. So let's get to it. Let's chop. This season we challenged everyone to put love over lust. But we are not sure if love won. Take a look.
Let me know, guys. Do you hear an echo? Hey, everybody.
This town is hot, it's sexy. People are
Look at
out
April.
to connect and hook up here in these Miami streets.
Come on.
She's so pretty.
Oh, yeah. You're looking beautiful.
You know, I'll do a little twirl.
Okay.
Can't be in Miami in this hot weather without showing skin. It's the muscles, it's the booty, it's the body. So yeah, that's definitely
gonna make you lust. Feet are nice. Your mom would probably like it.
Can y'all still hear the reunion with no echo? Let me know.
Oh, supple.
Can you still hear the reunion with no echo? Thank you.
Look at us looking fine and gorgeous and just
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we're talking about.
I'm out.
Let's get to the mess, honey.
Saw yourselves in rare form.
Because there's been so much going on social media.
And seeing how
It's still an
sexy
echo with the
it
show?
You got to tell me, how hard was it to put love over lust? And I'm asking you, Katie.
I don't think it was
Okay,
You don't think
good.
it was hard?
Thank you. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's a part of love.
That's a part.
I want somebody to lust over me too when they love
That
me.
thing LJ was doing was not a part of it.
He was auditioning. I was helping him. Yeah, I was helping him.
Honey, LJ, he ended up being the winner of the show.
Which one was the hardest?
And it wasn't even, well, I guess it wasn't.
The fire depart. At least he can put the fire. So let me ask this, because I saw this a lot. What's up with the foot fetish? I'm not the only one now. Yeah. Well, you was the number one foot dude, though. I mean, Justice, go see
Yep.
on this one. I like feet. I do.
Obviously.
I thought she had nice feet, so I went for it. No regrets. I'll do it again.
He's got my speech phase in his phone.
Your feet are in her.
I got a category of them. I have a collection. I do. That's a part of my journey that I felt like for this, I was trying to truly show the world who I was, and that's not for everybody. So I think going forward, the biggest thing that I try to emphasize was be truly who I am and really look out for the people who care about me. And whether that's my foot fetish or whether that's really just trying to take care of the people around me, that's what I want to do going forward.
Hey, well, put your best foot forward. Now, this season wasn't just one big lust fest. It was still about finding a meaningful connection, like Jamala, who made an immediate splash with Mike at the pool party. But ultimately, it was Randy who had a heart splinter. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at her and Randall's journey.
Help me take them off so I can put that down so you can see. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. She's been lying to me all day. What caught my attention about Jamala was she's super easy to talk to. Like, you kind of gravitate into her energy.
I like rah-rah.
That's cool. If you like it, I like it.
Our energy is magnetic. We understand each other's banter. Our flirting is right on point. Can I get forehead kisses for that?
Absolutely. I can do that all day.
You acted up. Stop it. You make me nervous.
Everything just feels good at this point. Every day we grow closer.
Do you feel like you could fall in love or you are falling in love?
I feel like
Oh my
I'm definitely
God.
headed that direction.
This makes it so hard for me to watch because I know so much of the behind the scenes. And that's why I don't want to know anything. Because it
This
plays
kiss is
with my
solidifying
judgment.
what it is that we're doing and where he wants to go.
We were fortunate enough to invest in each other immediately. We spent a lot of time together. And I feel like we see each other in low moments, got into it, and we always turn around and grow closer. So,
Oh my
that
God.
being said, you had me. I choose you.
You've opened up to me in ways that I know you typically don't. So I appreciate and I value that. So I choose you too. Seeing him on the bridge, I knew he was going to choose me, and I knew that I was going to choose him. Now it's time to just turn up, just me and I.
All right.
Let's
You guys
see
have had some ups and downs
Yeah.
in your relationship. What is the current status?
I think still working through. I think it's a process, right? Coming out of the process with dating multiple people.
This right here, what I just saw, you all look really committed.
Yeah.
Right.
So what happened?
Right now they
cameras
don't.
quit rolling?
Just been a road that has had really big ups, really big downs.
Where are we now? Are we up or are we down?
We're working through things.
We're working through things. Jamal, tell me about these doggone ups and downs.
I think it comes with like an emotional intensity with it, right? I think what the connection you saw was absolutely real. You can't deny that. But at the end of the day, this process is ready for love, not put a ring on it. We're good. We can continue dating outside of this, outside of distractions and so forth.
So you guys are dating each other, but also dating other people. Is that safe to say that?
Sure.
Sure?
Yeah, it's not dating exclusively anymore, from what I hear.
From what you hear?
Not from what I know. Sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
There's a lot I don't understand.
Right.
Tell the truth.
What are you hearing, man? Girl, what are you hearing?
Randall and I speak. Randall and I have an open communication.
So, how you feel about Randall currently, right now?
I care for Randall deeply.
Yeah, she does.
Randall? Same? You guys connected, I think, at the Mansion Mix early on, right? How did you know Jamala was the one?
And one of the things she said, our energy was magnetic, and I think that was spot on. Throughout the process, we started off on a real high, and then somewhere towards the end, we ran into like turbulence.
Are we dealing with turbulence right now?
Towards the end,
A little bit.
like after the bridge, on the bridge.
But that spark that was there on the journey,
Right.
is that spark still
there?
Sparks there.
Okay.
I can't
I wish y'all
tell.
well.
Thank you. Pray for us.
Yeah. See,
Like,
it's way more than
I
y'all
can't
can
tell. I don't see no spark. The spark is too far away. It's too far away to be a spark. Like, you got to be close to have a spark.
We're talking to
Oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on in real life? Oh shoot, commercial. Dang. Lord. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you, I'm one of those people where I can keep a secret. If you tell me something, and if I say I am not going to repeat it, I don't repeat it. Like, I'm just not that person. I will take a secret to the grave. And that's why I think a lot of people trusted me and they talked to me, and, you know, and I'm not even talking about, like, let's just be clear. It's not even just about like the Randall and Jamal situation. Like, I'm just talking everything as just like a whole, you know, like, I'm just not one of those people. I don't get thrilled off of being like, girl, let me tell you what I heard, and let me show you this, and because in real life, unless it's putting some money in my pocket, unless it's something that's going on in this space right here, or if it's going to help me with my business, or I mean, stuff in drama would not help me with my business. But anything that, if it's not directly attached to me, like, I don't have the need to be messy and be running back and be telling other people business and screenshotting from different accounts that ain't me and acting like it ain't me and all that stuff. I just don't have time for that. And it's a lot of that going on right now. A lot. I thought my season was messy. It's probably just because I know the real behind the scenes of my season, and then I really know the behind the scenes of this season, and it's probably neck and neck. Like, it is a lot, and it just makes me feel some type of way, because that's another reason why I try not to get too invested in with these people personally, because I'm going to tell you guys this. This is a little bit of tea that I'm going to tell you guys. Some of the castmates, and it's so funny because it happened last season too, and that's what got me hip. And you guys know, my loyals, my faithful, my soulmates know that I just started reviewing Ready to Love after my season. So I did it last season, I did it this season, and it was so funny because, and I had no clue that people were this mischievous and manipulating. But people from last season would slide into my inbox, message me, hey, beautiful, hey, this, hey, that, whatever, talking about guys. And it made me feel like, why are they, like, I'm just thinking they're like, you know, I'm like, okay, hey, beautiful, hey. I'm like, oh, he must ain't find love. Maybe he ain't make it to the bridge. Maybe, you know. So I'm just casually talking to these people. And one thing about me, I don't get too excited when a man be like, hey, beautiful. Like, it's a whole lot more to get me excited and interested and invested in a man. Like, he got to do a whole lot more than to be saying, hey, beautiful, every morning. It's a lot more. And some of them were doing that last season. Moving forward, some of that happened this season. I'm only telling y'all because y'all my faithfuls. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I be spilling the tea on my YouTube. Like, and then this ain't even really no tea, but yeah, so some of them was kind of messaging me like, hey, beautiful, like, how was your day, whatever. And I'm just like, why is these people messaging me? Like, I don't understand it. Like, did they find love? Like, this is in the middle of the season, the beginning of this season. So I don't know if these guys or these people found love. I don't know, but it was just so funny that they really do be sliding in the bloggers' inboxes trying to act like, trying to get on our good side so we don't review them in a negative way. And I don't like that, because I feel like you trying to manipulate me to not saying what I really want to say, because I think we friends, or I think you may like me, so I'm going to say some good stuff and I'm not going to review you in a negative light. You know, like, I think that's so shady. Shady. Shady.
Ready to rump, not ready to love.
Anyway, let me get back to the show. I finished telling y'all.
She learned to lower her guard in her search for love.
I'm a career esthetician. I'm a boss lady, so sometimes that intimidates men. But because I'm independent, I'm not a diva. Is her name Dominica?
That is her.
Is that her stage name? Mm-hmm. And then try to coach her into and closing her legs, fixing her hair.
Sharice, I thought I was a bitch, but the first day you're talking, I'm definitely going back and telling Dominica what she said.
I feel like whatever this
y'all
is,
see Dominica's face.
It's not real. I feel like it's just fake.
I'll tell you in your face. I won't hide it. I'll tell you right here. Keep it real. You fake. You fake as Let's keep it real.
Oh my
You real
God.
fake.
You the fakest one here. You the fakest one.
Fake as
The impression I got was that maybe you weren't really feeling me.
Well, you know what? When I'm in the lounge with Tommy and the guys, I'm not really listening to what they're saying about you, because if I did, you'd be gone.
Really?
Think about it. Zoe talking about Cerise is fake. Mike saying kids are not baggage.
But that's not the point. It was very shocking to hear him say all those things about me. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you can't get intimate with me, because you don't like me. I came into this process hoping to find love, but sometimes you have to go with your gut. You know, I come this far because I'm not willing to settle.
Ooh, Cerise, you know what I learned about you? You are definitely somebody that speaks your mind. How do you deal with people's reactions to your personality?
I'm used to it. I think once they get to know me, they know that I don't mean any harm. I'm very passionate, and I speak from my heart. Sometimes it's
he
too
looks
direct.
so uncomfortable. He looked like he ready to cuss her out again right now.
Was anybody offended by anything Cerise said?
I was.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What was that?
Stripper. Was it my stage name?
I never said stripper. I said stage. We're in Miami. I mean, I don't know. Dominica is an exotic name. I didn't.
So let me say this,
know
y'all. By the look
Well,
of their
the stage
faces,
isn't in the stripper stage.
when
That's
they
pretty much
filmed the
like-
reunion,
That's
they
stage.
hadn't
Performing
seen
stage.
that episode
Performing
yet.
arts.
They saw it for the first time and
Yes,
on that
correct.
stage right
That's what
now.
I'm saying. And in
That's why
Miami,
they looking
when
like
say
that.
Stage name, that means stripper. They're not looking for me to sing a song, model, dance, none of that. And besides, that's too many syllables. I would have been Godiva, Mocha, would have been my stage name, not Dominica. And I didn't think I was carrying on like
She
I
done made up new
had a
stage
stage name.
names.
It was a fly-by-night conversation. Again, something that just came up.
Maybe you guys didn't mean it like that, but for me, I took it as like I was the ghetto girl. Everybody was loud, and I was drinking, so it's okay for others to be drinking and say things, but it wasn't okay for me to be drinking and be loud. It's a double standard.
Oh, I don't think she was loud. It's a pool party. Right. What you supposed to be whispering when you study?
I mean, ultimately, if that's who Dominique is, why should she, transform or change? Like, think that she is displaying her personality, and if we don't understand her personality,
That's
then
on us.
That's on us.
And likewise, if you don't understand my personality, that's on you too.
Well, really, your personality is fake as.
Boom, 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 shots fired.
It really doesn't matter. I hope you know.
I gotta watch this on the big screen, y'all.
Let's keep it real.
Whatever.
You are.
That's fine. That's laughable
You
because
reached out
you
to me.
don't
You
know
text
me.
me. Did I text you back? Hell no.
When she text you, so
When I left the show, she texted me, "How are you doing?" Why am I going to text you?
Because I'm not ignorant you.
I don't rock with you. She's fake as. I keep it 100, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's laughable.
You are laughing.
Jab, jab.
I knew this was
Jab,
going to go
jab.
like this. I knew this was going to go like this. Pass the popcorn.
So pink and hot. I'm not a perfect person. There's things I need to improve. But some things is just who I am.
Like fake as.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
all right, so hang on, so give me a minute. Hang on, Cerise, have you
Right,
said anything
right.
to Miss Dominica?
Absolutely. I phone called her right away. I think she has a beautiful personality. She has a gorgeous body. And so I did apologize to her on the phone, and I'll apologize now. My journey has been amazing. I've learned some things. I'm moving forward.
So what are you
Good.
applying to your life right
Good.
now that you've learned in this process?
To relax, not be so guarded and so tough, because I'm used to fighting people like this.
Or
you
the
know?
dude that you probably drugged, your last
Oh my
boyfriend.
gosh.
Let's talk
See,
about
now-
him. You was probably fighting him, I'm assuming.
Whatever.
Like, it's a limit. Like, come on, Zoe, man. Like,
So now, fine.
And just like your
The dude
girlfriend
that
that
you
you had the
drugged,
whole
right?
time. The girlfriend you
Hang
had the
on,
whole
hang on.
time.
You know everything.
you
don't
did have a girlfriend the whole
All
time.
right,
I know what I see.
bring it down.
But
Nobody knows what you
golly.
see.
Hold on, everybody just breathe. All right, thank you. Cerise, I'm glad you took something from this journey. I hope it helps you along the
Right.
way as you move forward. All
It's
right?
one thing about
Right.
reading somebody
After
and
the
telling
break,
them about
so ready to
themselves
love
without
favorites?
being.
The love triangle.
I think we're going to be next.
We're talking to Brandy, Mike, and Kayla when the reunion returns. Don't
Let
move.
me put this on mute real quick. I'm so disappointed, Enzo. You know, I was really thinking that, and let me keep it 100. Y'all know in the very beginning, Sharice know, I've talked to her personally one-on-one. I was like, girl, I did not like you. I did not like your attitude. I didn't like you. I didn't. I didn't like how she came out. I didn't like how she talked to Dominique. I didn't. But, you know, one thing about me, I wasn't like, well, I'm not going to say I didn't like her. I just was like, I just didn't like her demeanor. I didn't like how she was coming off. Like, I don't know her. You know what I mean? So for me to watch that, I was like, dang, she's just giving me mean girl vibes, but I wasn't trying to judge. I was trying to wait as time went on, I was like, okay, I see the type of person and who she is. As the episodes went on, I started to understand her a little bit more. Excuse me. She and I are very similar in a way, because one thing about me, I don't hold my tongue. I do try to say things with a little bit of tact, because growing up, you know, I think it was about like maybe like 34, 35-ish. Someone, you know, kind of pulled me to the side and was like, you know, when you talk to people and when you say certain things, like you come off like real negative, and it's like you attack people, and like you just be jabbing, and you just, so anyway, someone had to tell me about myself, and I really had to look in the mirror, and I had to say, you know what, self, I think you acting like a little bitch right now. Like, as a matter of fact, I think you're like that a lot. You know, like you really need to be mindful of how you talk to people. And some of the things that I said to them, it's not like I shouldn't have said those things. It was how I said those things that came off real ignorant and nasty and distasteful. And that's something that I had to work on over the years, because I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be able to come to you and talk to you and express how I feel about you, you know, not in a negative sense, just in a way like, look, this is how I feel. Like, I don't want you to be offended. I just want to be honest with you, just to have a little bit more tact and a little bit more, not necessarily sincere, but just a little bit more, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't think of the word right now, but I feel like that's how Sharice is. I feel like she means well. I just think that some of the things, it's just her delivery. She just doesn't know how to deliver it. At this reunion, even while she's being attacked, you never see her call Zoe out of his name. You don't see her, you know. And when she said that she grew through this process, I seen it. I saw the growth. And for her to, like, I applaud you, Sharice. Like, I applaud you. The fact that you were able to recognize your faults and within this process means a lot. And, you know, and it's teaching a lot of us out here, like, well, maybe I need to check myself. You know what I mean? And just for you to admit it, I applaud you. And I just want to say thank you. So unfortunate. But like I was saying before the show comes back on. So yeah, you know, I had people from this season as well, like text me and message me. And it makes me feel so sad that, you know, because last season, I'm gonna give you an example. Last season, the person was texting me, hey, beautiful, how was your day? Da, da, da. We were talking like we might have been kind of dating. And I just was like, it's just kind of weird because they're still on the show. It just was kind of weird. And then towards whenever it was, I was like, yo, so like, what's up with you? Like, are you dating such and such? They like, yeah, I thought you knew. I'm like, by the way, you was texting me. I didn't know you. I was assuming that you were single and you didn't leave the show with anyone. And that's why I even entertained you. But you like dating somebody off the show. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, yeah, I thought you knew. So that whole time you were acting like you were flirting with me, being nice to me, just to be in your good graces. So when I reviewed the show with my panel and everything else, I wouldn't say anything negative about you. And it's crazy because that crap happened this season too. People are so manipulative. It's so unfortunate that happens because it does make me feel a certain type of way when I'm reviewing it. But this season, I was like, I don't care who's in my inbox. I don't care who's DMing me, acting like they cool with me, whatever. I'm going to say what I'm going to say about them on the review. And then, of course, when that happened, you know, the messages stopped or, you know, they stopped communicating with me because they like, oh, she talked crap about me anyway, or however they want to say it, or I didn't talk.
It may have worked out a little
whatever.
too well.
I reviewed it how I was supposed to review it, and they didn't like that.
Okay.
Just because you texted me good morning, like, this is what I do. I'm not going to be up here faking in front of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people that's going to watch my review and be like, oh, she did. No, I keep it real 100, period. Hey, beautiful or nothing. I'm going to keep it 100.
You want to see more of me?
Anyway, you back. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about anyone. Just worry about
People
this.
be,
What are you feeling right now?
they think they be over here playing with a little girl. People need to let them know I'm a grown-ass woman.
So what I'm
Like,
supposed to do?
don't come over here with that little boy energy. Stop it. Stop.
Talk about it.
I feel like my connection with Mike is getting stronger every day.
Bailey said, okay, they're back.
There's a strong attraction between us, but I don't think that he's consistently showing me the effort that he's showing Brandy.
Yeah.
Is this a good angle?
Okay.
Can you see?
All right, you better give him away, man.
Get off me. I mean, the sexual chemistry is there,
Yeah.
but he does different things. I do not understand this man. We're both like guarded in a way that like we want the other to like make that proclamation.
This man told me I'm trying to snatch you up before anyone else does.
I love
It's
you.
a triangle.
Kayla, Brandy, and Mike.
I just feel like I'm a little bit higher on the equation.
And you know how I've been
On the
approached,
totem pole.
and I don't want to lead you on.
And she
like that
was.
and make you feel no
She's
type
the
of way.
reality.
And I
She
said
was
it's
the whole
not,
time.
A match for me, just not nothing I want to keep pursuing. With that being said, I no longer want to continue the process with you.
It's not what I want to hear, but
See how Mike did it was cool. Randall was like, I ain't picking
no one
you.
likes to be rejected, and you know it hurts.
I think I spit on.
I just hate it. It's like that, but just do not cry. And he got me here crying, so that's really frustrating.
Girl, don't cry.
All right, Mike, let's talk now. You were torn between two ladies in this process. How did it feel having to deal with two women that you really cared about?
Yeah.
It's not easy. Kelly did catch my eye. We never really connected strongly in the beginning. Further down the process, then me and Kelly started connecting more deeper. That's when it became a little,
Challenging.
So I don't have any regrets or anything like that. Like I say, Kelly's a beautiful person, so she's strong-minded.
All right, Brent. How do you feel that Mike had a strong connection with Kayla?
Watching the show,
but-
I could feel their connection through the screen. Him and her were way more affectionate than
Yeah.
him and I were.
Do you feel like there's jealousy?
It was definitely jealousy there.
Why do you think he chose
Because their sexual chemistry was
I feel
so
like he
much
chose me
more.
because our connection was just definitely stronger.
Okay, let's talk, baby girl. How was it to watch that scene with you and Mike? Is it hard to relive that?
No, because it definitely was real. It's just in the past. So it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
You think Mike and Brandy have a stronger connection than you and Mike?
No.
You think yours was just as strong, if not
Yep.
stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
There was a deeper, raw realness that I feel like we had between us.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about your connection? Say that.
Our physical connection was the strongest as well.
So you know the reason for that connection not going where it needed to go because she kissed you. She kissed you, and Mike said at the getaway if he would.
Listen. She's right. I feel like I told her, we're just too alike.
Why does that create a problem, though?
Because she has hella options just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't having it, man.
Everybody in the group, were you all surprised at Mike's decision? Brandy over Kayla? I wasn't surprised at all. Not surprised at all? Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm always rooting for love. But I was surprised because he downplayed me so much and I thought me and Brandy had the same personality.
I downplayed you or?
Yeah,
Like how?
you did. You were standoffish with me from the mixer. You didn't pretend like you liked me from the
It was from
beginning.
the jump.
From the jump. We graduated the same year. We lived in the same neighborhood. I even said to him, oh, we were at grad
Let
night
me watch you on
together.
a big screen.
Just like
guys.
trying to put an icing
Break
on
the
a
ice.
conversation.
Okay.
But it always was like I had a gun on my lap. And then when I hear background and people he's still dating now, so I said, well, maybe he wanted me off the show. Why do you think he has so much power to put you off the show?
Let's rewind this. What you mean when you say people he dates?
Let me watch this on the big
He's
screen.
dating someone else.
Who was
I
that?
don't want to call her name because we're being recorded, but she makes strawberries and her name starts with J. So I'm not for sure.
Okay, that's all. Like, are you dating somebody right now?
I'm not dating anybody.
Who's she talking about with these strawberries?
I don't know what she's talking about. Outside of this, that's relevant to me. Right now, it's about Brandy. It's always going to be about that. If I didn't want to pick you, I apologize. But what you want
I
me to
didn't
do?
want you to pick me. I didn't even know you for you to pick me. I didn't even know if I was going to like you for you to pick me.
Yeah, but
What I do know is that when you meet people, they deserve a fair chance.
you got 10 guys Tom, we're in deliberation. You ask every single man this
Who are they
person.
feeling and who are they not feeling?
Everybody calls Dominique a name. So out of all people, you gonna come bash me?
Here's what I think that I'm looking at. Both of you hear me out. I think you wanted a respect level. We ought to at least be able to be cordial with one another. Mike, on your end,
That's what Tommy should have said to Zoe.
I ain't made no decisions on nobody.
Tommy, that's what you should have said to Zoe.
Only one person.
They're actually respectful to each other.
But we ought to have a respect level across the board. So we good?
Yeah. Hell no, we ain't good, Tommy. I ain't finished. No.
Mike said at the getaway, if she would never kissed you, they would have been fine. That's what he told us in front of Brandy. At the getaway.
That was Swayze's fault for losing.
Nah, that ain't me.
Oh, if he would have kissed her, he would have.
If I was a little older, I would have won.
What kind of sense does that make?
That does make a lot of
No, it don't.
You mean,
What you mean?
What I was saying.
Oh shoot, that's when they about to get to fighting. Oh, let me put it on the big screen.
Come on, man.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the TV.
No, what?
Baby, what are you doing? Okay.
I'm just
Look at that show.
They want to be bad. I'm gonna beat your ass. What?
You
Come on, man.
Okay,
Zoe,
I'm out.
you had all that smoke for Sharice, but you don't got none when the dude step up. Let me calm down. See? Where was all that smoke when you was cussing Sharice out? You leaving?
Now, I'm headed out the country. I gotta go tonight. Yes. I love you good people. I mean no harm, but I'm out. I have business to take care of. The show does not make me. I'm alive.
Well, that's true too.
$35 million portfolio. I built that. The show doesn't make me money like that. Respect? Thank you.
Then you should have never been on it.
We got another 5 hours.
Sure.
Say that, bro.
When we return, we'll
Yo.
talk about fallout when what happens in the ladies' lounge doesn't stay in the ladies' lounge. More of a reunion after this.
Yo.
Ready for more drama? Ready to love?
Yo.
returns.
Hold on one second, y'all, real quick, because my daughter is going through it real quick. Yo. Let me tell you something. I swear, I really don't like to see men act like that, especially towards a female. It just really bothers me. Look, let me say this, that the opinions and the comments are of mine solely. I am not affiliated with Will Packard Productions. I'm not affiliated with the Oprah Winfrey Network. The reviews and the opinions and my comments are from me. Okay. Every time I have been in a situation when a man has acted like that, it didn't turn out good. And that just frightens me. And it's so sad that when Swayze stepped up to him, he did absolutely nothing. He left. But you had all that smoke for a woman, Zoe. That's so disappointing. I'm so disappointed that Tommy had the audacity to say to Dominica and to Mike, let's respect each other. Mike and Dominica were just having a conversation where they just disagreed with each other. He wasn't calling her out of her name. They weren't even cursing. But that's when you say that, Tommy, in real life, Tommy. Beep. Whoever y'all in the back, y'all should have been boop in his ear, like, you need to tell him to not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I mean, I understand, like, y'all trying to get the ratings and stuff like that. I get it. But it's a level. Like, come on, guys. This is Ready to Love. I know I said the BITCH word, but they said that I was cussing you. That she was like, you cussing me? I was like, I'm not cussing. I haven't even said a cuss word. So I wanted to state a case. But that, how he talked to her, it's like when you show stuff, I know they're back on, when you show stuff on TV and you have thousands and thousands and maybe millions of people watching it, that's what you're going to show. You're going to show that. So what if teenagers are watching this? You're saying to them that it's okay for a man to talk to a woman like this. No. So disappointing. Golly. Y'all.
Me, who I am, and this is the whole package.
God.
My son and I have been through a lot.
Sorry, guys. Golly,
And I
so
still carry the
disappointing.
guilt of what he's seen.
As a Black man too, you just have to be mindful of some people that you interact with and how you interact with them, because something so small turns into something, and it denounces your character. Help another woman understand.
No, Shakira.
Yeah, I don't want to cook up no mess.
It ain't no mess.
I think it's different, and I think Shakira will take it differently as well, understanding her circumstances. It's a touchy subject for her.
Katie brought up my situation in front of a guy. Women don't do that to each other, and I'm done with that.
We gonna clear the air. This has nothing to do with me and a lot more to do with her. This is not someone that I was having a connection with regardless as a friend, so I'm totally okay. She could get her flowers and bloom them somewhere else. So all of this, bitch, be gone.
Shakira, based on the conversations that the fellas had, there's still some things that you have to work through.
Yeah, she needed to go. And I really like Shakira, but
You deserve it.
she needs to go heal, find her.
I had this feeling
because
of
this
relief.
crap is toxic.
I had some more healing
I'm glad
to do.
she left when she left.
All right.
Like, for real. That was a blessing for her. Because this
Personal stories
whole
everybody
thing
in the
is
ladies'
a
lounge.
mess.
Yes.
How do you feel when Katie kind of broke your trust?
I still feel betrayed. But
Let me look at this on the big screen.
I'm grateful
Why are you grateful?
because it really forced me to look at some things that I didn't realize I was trying to I want to be healed so bad. But as far as me being in my situation unhealed, it cut deep.
What's your story?
I'm out of here.
Good for you, girl.
That's not even it.
Good for
Nobody
you.
even know. She made a big deal. Nobody even.
And I don't even think that anyone did it on purpose, but it
Look at her
hurt, I think, more than they actually realized.
Katie, you feel like you broke her trust?
No.
Wow.
Why?
It was nothing that was done intentionally. It was nothing that was done where I gossip about her situation. It was me really respecting her situation and saying, hey, I don't want to take light of something like that.
I watched Katie throughout this process. She doesn't come across as a woman that's going to own up to her stuff. And I have zero tolerance for that. If we're going to sit down like women, let's own up to our stuff. You did it. Okay, we can move on from, even if you could say you did it and I ain't sorry, I can live with that.
I did
But
what though? What did I do? What did I do?
Like, you brought it up unnecessarily. I was trying to remove
Wait, unnecessarily. If
speaking
we're
or not?
having a conversation,
Oh
when
my
I sit
God.
down, I say, hey, I don't want to talk about this stuff, especially given the circumstances that Shakira, she would be a better person to talk about this situation, being,
my
what
God.
she's went through. I never discussed the whole
Oh my
totality
gosh.
of the situation. Then I don't even care about all of that. I could have apologized then. That's why I wrote her on Instagram, but she didn't respond.
At that point in time, I was not in an emotional state to deal with someone that's going to poke me in private and then publicly act like, what did I do? It's a low blow. And if
Yeah,
you
I
don't
get it.
understand that,
I get it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And God bless you. If you
Yeah.
don't understand that,
I don't need
and
your
I pray
blessing.
that
I don't need you to pray
everybody
for me
needs
either.
blessing. Girl, she's a milky cup. Go ahead,
Wow.
kid. Go ahead, kid. My God.
Hang on.
I don't need it.
Hang on.
I pray that you don't hurt anyone.
Keep it.
The way
Keep
that
it.
the way that you
Give me a
hurt
second.
it.
Give me a second. Sharice,
Yeah.
what's going through your mind right now?
Wow.
I think that this is just ridiculous. I mean, she didn't do anything. She just mentioned it. I mean,
I didn't even mention it. I
I
don't
feel like
want
you have had a problem with everything, Shakira.
You're
I
absolutely
think
right.
you're sweet, you're sensitive,
Let
you're
me see
a
this.
vulnerable person, and I understand that. But sometimes you got to give people a chance.
Sharice,
Shakira,
where are we going, baby?
I'm just saying, she's telling you that she doesn't feel like she did anything to offend you.
I felt
Right,
like I
but
did
what
anything wrong. I
about
could have
respecting
apologized.
how
You don't need to
Shakira
apologize.
feels?
I'm not
You did
going
anything
to
wrong.
apologize.
Like-
I said I could should have apologized
but
had you not do the underhanded that you do and play victim. And I'm not going to do that with you. That's my problem.
she playing.
I knew my intentions, and I still know my intentions. It was not from a malicious place. You just seen it yourself. I never said anything that she went through. I literally came here, and I was not associating myself with anyone. Only person in the beginning that I was associating with was Sharice and with Jamala.
That makes sense.
Take that. Of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
Go flock in the garden.
And I'm glad that you guys are friends.
We're not friends, but I said the only person I associated with was her. To be on TV, literally. Okay, go ahead.
Let me say it clear. If nothing else, as two black women, there ought to be a respect level somewhere.
I have respect for her.
Right.
I don't have to like you to respect you. It's done. It's in the past. I'm grateful. I'm blessed, booked, and busy.
Continue being booked. I hope it got you every audition that you need. Every campaign that you
Anybody
need.
else have anything to say about this situation?
Keep it coming, babe.
Oh, God.
Why they being so mean to me?
Sharice.
I don't understand.
All right. Let me bring y'all up to speed
Like,
on something else.
they just trying to, like, how
Go and
can you?
left the bill.
First of all, let me put this on mute because they just talking. How can you dismiss how she feels? What she went through, y'all don't know what she went through. I heard what she went through, and how for her to be crying and be upset the way that she is, it's justified. It was messed up what happened to her. But how can you tell me that, you know, you didn't really say anything, and she didn't really say that much, and she did, but I mean, anything can be a trigger. But like she said, she has issues.
I don't work for my problem.
But how can you dismiss how she feels? That's like you in a relationship and he says, I don't like how you that made me feel when you said that. Well, I said it. I didn't mean anything by it, but I didn't like how me feel. Well, oh well, you just gonna have to deal with it. Like y'all get it?
Revelations.
Let me put this.
You don't want
this just people need to understand, and that's one thing that I had to understand in a relationship. And I swear, maybe I need to go get my PhD behind this crap. So if you're in a relationship with someone, and I'm just going to explain it to you guys so you can kind of understand. And I'm not saying I ain't no therapist. I've just experienced a lot, guys, in my days. If you're in a relationship and he says, baby, I don't like what you said. Like, I understand that's how you felt, but it made me feel a type of way in how you said it. She's like, but I didn't say it to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I just was just telling you how I ain't say it like that. Like I didn't say, you know, I didn't say everything. I just was saying, you know, I just was saying, you know, he's like, but with you just saying, it still hurt my feelings. Well, I don't know how it hurt your feelings because I didn't even say it like that. I didn't say it how you taking it. I didn't say it. He's like, but that's not the point. The point is it hurt my feelings. People just need to understand that how he may have accepted what you said and how it made him feel. You need to understand that it made him feel like that, even if you meant no harm. Even if you meant no harm, it still doesn't stop him from feeling like that. And that's one thing that, especially in a relationship, that a lot of us fail to do. And a lot of us go to sleep at night mad at each other. A lot of us do it. I did it so many times. And I had to grow up and put my big girl panties on and say, you know what? I get what he's saying. Even though I feel like I didn't do anything wrong, it still hurt his feelings. You get it? So for them to be like, well, she ain't do nothing wrong. She ain't do nothing. Okay. But it still didn't stop her from feeling the way that she feels. You get it? Like, I wish people would stop being so self-centered and so selfish and having a little bit more empathy and understanding and taking the time to understand and hearing the other person out instead of hearing it to respond, because you're so busy saying, but that's how I feel. That's how I felt. I didn't do anything. You're so busy to state your case to say, but I didn't do it like that. And that's how you took it. And I wasn't trying to say it like that. And like, I wish people would really learn to, if we all learn to really communicate, I think this world would be maybe like a 30% better place. Like, honestly, I'm not saying I'm a shrink or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, those are the things, some of the things that I had to learn in my process, because with all these years of me going through everything that I went through, I had to stop one day and say, wait a minute, maybe it's me. Let me look in the mirror and let me reevaluate this thing called life, and let me approach it a little bit differently. And I swear on everything, my life has been so much better, and my discernment and everything, my happiness is shooting through the roof. I just really wish that more people was like that. Anyway, I'm not going to keep preaching to y'all. I'm not. I just really just try to talk about the things that I've experienced and learned. And even if it just reaches one person, it's like, dang, because I feel like I had to go through the trenches, and I had to deal with all the crap. So you don't have to deal with it. And I'm just here to just talk to you about it and just to help you, you know? Like, even if it just reaches one person. I know a lot of you like, oh, shut up, Sabrina. We just want you to review the show, but it's just so disheartening to watch it. Anyway, what y'all talking about over here? I'm still learning, but human respect is human respect. I don't like the energy Kadian is giving. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Always back on. Sorry, guys.
The couples get away.
Just hurts my feelings.
Let's check it out.
What's the accent?
Virgin Islands. You know, coming from a small island and coming to a big country, we have to go harder.
Then we get a bit of
He the real winner, because he the one be hanging with all the women.
All right.
So I sing.
Okay.
And baby girl, I hope you got the feeling. Visions blurry. All I see is you. Bring it to the owner.
Okay.
No.
Take the panties now.
Oh.
Let's go. I'm gonna take you to Mexico.
Okay.
We're gonna go scuba diving. I don't even have done that.
You ain't up in the thing.
Helicopter rides around the island.
Helicopter ride. You know, he's an island guy. He's usually got two buttons open.
Let me tell you something. He is on my stilo, okay? That's how I am. I'm like,
you're giving it away.
good vibes, positive energy. That's what I want. I'm telling
He was
you.
definitely giving me that salsa flavor, like making eye contact. I was like, oh God.
Oh,
Well,
that was such a good
here,
day.
So they're still having sex.
That was a month ago. It was, I guess, quote unquote recent, a month ago. We all got needs.
LJ, what?
He's on a work trip.
LJ not being here. That's a red flag to me. I'm making a final
Eliminated.
decision
My heart.
that LJ is just not ready to love. If you don't show up for love, you might not ever find it. LJ, if you're watching, I wish you the best, my man.
And you're watching. You're watching.
LJ,
Talk to me.
That's probably the first time he saw it.
A little something.
question for you. How did you feel that all the women thought that you were Lover Island boy?
Obviously, every woman wants to feel special or charmed or, you know, feel something when they're interacting with a man. But on the negative side, if they all feel like I'm doing this with every girl,
Right.
takes away that special.
Doesn't feel special.
Yeah.
Shakira, you had a connection with this young
That's just
man.
his
I
personality.
What's so special about him?
He's charming. He can't even help it. Look, I'm talking and he's flirting with Tanika right now. And the crazy part is I'm not even mad.
He's a nice guy.
He's so smooth and you know it's wrong, but it's
What's happening with you now, LJ?
I've hanged out with a few people.
What's that? You just gonna sprinkle that like that? You just gonna sprinkle that like that?
Out together.
Who is we, LJ?
Tommy, can I interject? We all have a day of the week.
Right.
It's true.
On Tuesday, on Monday, this is the why.
Oh, now y'all want to talk about polygamy. Oh, really?
So sis, who here is dating So journey is it? All right, 2, and there's 3, and no Shakira.
I ain't sharing. He know better. I do want to just interject on that ex date. They had just been intimate less than a month ago. Baby, that's your boo. Okay, what is the status of y'all?
Like that.
She did.
Is the ex?
Thank you guys. I see the number rising. Thank you.
To be honest.
This morning. Did she put that together for you, baby?
No, we cool, man. In life, when you find connections that are genuine, it's hard to, just be like, forget you type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you.
That's how it's been.
Friends. So, in all seriousness,
yeah,
you chose work over love.
Yeah.
Tell me why you chose that one.
It was a tough decision, obviously, because I think I made some good connections here. But I have a little 6-year-old daughter. I've always been the provider. That's how I was raised. So having to do these types of things definitely gets in the way sometimes. But at the end of the day, I had to make sure that I could provide for me and my family.
Love is about time. Yeah. And it just wasn't at that time.
Yeah.
So I truly understand it. All right, man. They need more days of the week for you, buddy. All right.
Child.
Up next, we're looking back at a few moments.
That's why I said LJ winning in real life.
That and more when the reunion returns after this.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I went on a little tangent last commercial break. So thank you for listening to my rant. But honestly, I really do try to speak with, like the truth. And, as a matter of fact, I try to speak with truth. I try to, really spread like positive energy, the truth, and like, more of what this world freaking needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, definitely. Everybody needs some work. Like, ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? But the first step is recognizing it. And once you recognize it, start implementing like things to try and change those issues. Like, you can't, like, a change behavior is the goal. You can say all day long, I'm mean, I'm nasty, I'm shady, or XYZ, whatever. You can say it all day long. Yeah, I know I'm shady. If you know you're shady, if you don't do anything to make it better, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But thank you so much for the super sticker, Bailey John. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, makes me really feel like I'm doing something good because I don't want to just sit here and you guys know, like my soulmates, you guys know, I'm not going to just sit up here and I'm not going to just react on here. Like, any chance that I get to, throw some like knowledge out there and just some of life experiences of what I've been through, like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to hold my breath. You guys know I've been through it. I've dealt with the bullying. I've dealt with domestic violence. You guys know that I've dealt with, like, because of some of the things that I went through my early years, like I dealt with suicidal thoughts, and, because I just didn't want to be here anymore, and I've always voiced the truth. I've always talked about my experiences because it's the reason why I'm here today. It's a reason why I'm here today. Look, I'm supposed to be here. Till this day, I don't know why. I don't know why the universe has not let me go, but everything happens for a reason, and it is what it is. But obviously I have some work to do and I'm going to do it. And that's what I feel on my heart. I walk by my faith. I don't walk by my sight. I'm very, very, very spiritual. And that's just what it is, and the people that rock with me, going to rock with me. If the people that don't. Not, look out. If you love it, stay in and enjoy this ride with me and my soulmates. And definitely, if you have not hit the thumbs up yet, I would so greatly appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up on this live that I'm doing. We are reviewing Ready to Love, or we're doing a live reaction watch party, Ready to Love Miami. And this is the reunion part 1. I'm ready for the shenanigans, but y'all know already. They're probably going to save it for reunion part 2. Maybe the shenanigans is just what we saw. I don't know. Anyway, hey, Randall. So you guys know Randall Scott. I don't know if This is a live YouTube channel, but Randall on Ready to Love Miami. That's him right there. So I don't know if he is doing something with his YouTube channel. Just in case if he is, go over there and make sure you follow him and subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Randall. Say hi to Randall, guys. So, yes, and thank you so much. Thank you, Tiffany. Love you. Thank you. All right, it's back on.
With so many singles vying for connections, personality clashes were bound to happen. Here's a look at some of the shadiest moments, clapbacks, and blow-ups from this season.
Oh, God. Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
Feel like you could be uptight a little bit. Like, you just know what you want.
What uptight? What's uptight mean? Because you said uptight, didn't know what I mean. Uptight that's definitely not me because I'm so free-spirited.
Girl.
I was being fun by saying, Randall, what you're a king.
You came up, he ain't no king. Y'all over here serving him.
You fake as Let's keep it real.
Oh my
You real
God.
fake.
Had a man with a pool stick in my face yelling at me.
Woman to woman, you can't instigate a situation and when somebody reacts like victim.
I'm a survivor. I'm
Okay.
not a victim.
You acting like I jumped on the bed and like fought this girl.
No, you didn't.
It's like I strangled you.
But
And I wouldn't even have touched her.
Now you just insulted my intelligence. You can't just run in here and admit it.
So while she's tickling your scrotum,
That could never happen. Like, disrespect.
First of all, ain't nobody tickle my...
eventually these smiles are gonna run out.
I'm not here to build friendships.
You're not here to build friendships?
No,
Or
I'm
not
not here to
enemies?
make friends. I'm here to build a connection with someone.
I have a text message that we were friends, and thank you for encouraging me. I could show you the text message. I knew it was a fake.
Yeah, it was.
It was
definitely
fake. No, she didn't. That was fake.
I don't think that's...
I didn't mean it.
Because you fake. You're fake. You're not my friend.
You think you're hurting me?
Katie always gives me shade, but if you come there with me, you will think that you saw the devil by the time I'm done. Period. And you said none of these dudes don't have no money. You asked me if I wanted to go out to dinner with you and your sugar daddy. You are an idiot. That's what you are. Playing games, being fake. Who I am is real.
No, it's not. And
Okay,
you know it.
well, you big bad bully. I'm not scared of you. You're just as ignorant as you look.
We're done. We're
I've
done.
been done.
She said, "You
Oh,
big
my
bad
goodness.
bully."
All right. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. Katie, what was up with the sugar daddy comment?
Actually, because, I don't know where she got that from.
Listen, it wasn't recorded, so I'm not going to sit
Okay.
here and plead my case. But I know that she told me we're going to go out with her and her sugar daddy.
I don't even talk like that.
Well,
Sharice called me.
I never called you.
Yes, you did. You called. How the would we have the conversation if you didn't call me? You
No, you make all the phone calls. Let's be clear.
Girl, you're delusional.
Okay, well.
I never said sugar daddy. That's what I'm saying.
No, you said precisely
Girl,
sugar
I
daddy.
don't even talk like that. But
All right,
okay.
well, I don't care. He was your sugar daddy. Glory was. You paid for something.
I don't increase supply. He mentioned that to me.
We can agree to
You just
disagree.
walked up to me when I was sitting on this couch and you just said it in my ear about wanting to be friends and whatever.
Baby, I love you.
No,
I
you
think
just
you're
love me.
amazing.
It's iconic. I
I'm
don't want
not
that type of
psychotic.
love.
I'm not a bitch. Yes,
No, but
you
I am a
are.
bitch.
Put
You
B.I.G. in
are.
front of it. I'm a big
I
bitch.
don't care.
And at the end of the day,
All
you
right.
did say what you said about your sugar
Just
daddy.
like, no, I did not. Just like you didn't remember the conversation.
That's how I was when I was young. That's how I was when I was
Yeah.
just like that.
I'm working with this girl.
Woman.
I don't care what you are. You're fake as
Why? Because I said you had a sugar daddy? I never told you
care
that.
about that.
You know,
Let me watch this on the big screen real quick. I'll be
Bitch,
back.
I will slap the out of you. Let's see.
you let me last day. Let me.
Ladies, we're not. Stop.
I
Whoa.
will. Listen, I want you to stop this. What?
Next time on Ready to Love.
Why
Is this it?
That was my first time hearing him say what he just said, so that just, made my heart jump a little bit right there.
So what happened with you and Looney?
Instead of hurting this woman, I stepped away.
That's confusing.
No,
But you don't want to.
You leave?
Too much. Too much.
I gotta go get her.
Please, just say hello.
Let's clear the air. Where is Samson right now?
I have a girlfriend now.
Oh,
And she was so secure.
Don't even speak on me. Speak on Randall.
Like you're gonna deal with it.
No. I'm not gonna deal with nothing.
And
Let's
sweetie,
just be real about
sweetie,
that.
I practice a lot of restraint.
You don't say he love it like off camera, honey.
Girl, he don't even claim you outside of this.
Oh my God.
Well, Samson now has a girlfriend. Okay. We've established that. Wow. Wow. Randall, what you doing? Randall. Where he at? Randall, you still in the chat? You want to come on? Randall, you still in the chat? Oh my God. Randall, you still in the chat? You want to come? I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I just put the link in the chat if you want to come on with me. Yo. Did Randall say, Samson say he had a girl? He said, well, I got a girlfriend anyway, so it don't even matter. Yo. Oh my God. If you come on, Randall, I promise you, I'm not gonna, because you know how we do. I would never put you in a situation. Oh God, who is this person trying to come on? I don't know who you are, person. Should I let this person in? I don't know who they are. Oh shoot, I just wiped away my makeup. I should let y'all come on with me. Do any of y'all want to come on with me and have something to say? Because remember, when I end the thing, I let y'all come on. But we could go ahead and. Who is this? So if you come on, you have to have your screen on. So the person that just requested to come on with me, last name Richards, if anybody want to come on, you got to have your screen on. You gotta have. I see a lot of y'all trying to come on. You gotta have your screen on. Y'all want to come on and y'all want to have your say. You gotta have your screen on. Some of y'all Xing out. They like, I ain't got my wig on. I don't got no hair on. I don't know. I ain't ready to come on the screen. I'm here. You gotta watch the scene first. What you talking about? Watch what scene first? You ain't got to say. I'm not even gonna say. You can come on and say whatever you have to say, Randall. I'm not gonna like ask no questions or anything. I mean, I might ask like a couple. You don't gotta answer if you don't want to. Oh my God, guys, this is so much. Oh my God. So, if anybody want to come on live with me, as long as you have your camera up. And my faithfuls know the reason I say that. This is no the reason I say that is because I had someone come on live with me and they literally had a mask on. And what they did was they had a cell phone and they put up some very explicit content, which could have actually gotten me banned from my platform. And they put it on the screen and it was a lot. And yeah, so now I have to kind of make sure that I can see you. It ain't no fugazi stuff. So yeah, you have to have your screen on if you come on. I see you guys trying to log in, but none of you have your screen on. So yeah. Yeah, sorry. You don't have your screen on, boo. You got to have your screen on. But anyway, next week, I'm here for it. AKA said, Randall, it's a safe space. We fam. We will keep it to this episode. Yeah, we will. If you want to come on and say anything, you can. We still love you, Randall. Yeah. Yeah, because I need to just, it's just for me too, and to protect me. Oh, I didn't see. He said, I'm here. You got to watch the scene first. They want to hear if you have anything to say about this last episode that we just watched. They said, we'll be nice. Hold on. I don't see you.
Okay, so I'm in the park right
Okay.
now. They're doing like a live. I'm gonna flip my phone around so you can see why it's so dark. They're
Okay.
doing in my community. They're doing a movie night for Halloween. Do you
Yeah,
guys
I see
see?
the lights and stuff.
Do you
Yeah.
guys see that? Okay, so that's why you can't see me clearly.
Yeah, that's fine. What's up, Sonia? I saw you in the chat. I responded to you. That's why I told you to come back. So, what do you have to say about this episode?
Disappointing.
Mm,
And it was disappointing from the beginning because we all love stories, and we want to see love stories work out. But when you look at these shows, you see time after time after time again, they don't work out. And it's sad.
yeah. Yeah.
And what bothers me is the lack of, I'm not talking about like the show. I was looking at the chats and the comments,
Mm-hmm.
not about the show, but the chat and the comments, the lack of humanity. Like, don't nobody cares about anybody anymore. I don't understand that. And it bothers me. And I felt you when you said you have to protect yourself. You have to, because like me, I'm an empath. And I didn't even know what that meant until I started experiencing it daily. And as an empath, you have to protect your energy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, good and evil will come at you
Absolutely.
from both ways. And I'm 47 years old, and I'm just now learning that.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say. I just want to say, y'all love each other, call out bad behavior when
Yeah.
you see it.
That's right. That's right.
Because the way that Kadeem did Shakira, it was wrong. It
Yeah.
was hateful. She did not care about that girl and the things that she was going through. Did she need to be on the show or not? That's not the point. The
Yeah.
point is she is a human being and she deserved to be treated with respect.
Correct.
And I did not like that. That's what I was trying to say in the chat. But I got an iPhone, and iPhones get on my nerves because they auto correct everything. And somebody in the chat had something to say about who is Khadijah. I was like, I wasn't trying to say Khadijah.
Yeah.
My iPhone auto corrected.
Yeah. You can't let, you know, yeah. You can't let, you have to keep it moving. That's something that I had to learn how to do, because after the show, like, people will attack you. It doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter.
And I realized the more hatred, and I'm gonna jump down so somebody else can come in, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump down after I say this. When you speak positivity
Yes.
and God's word, be ready for the attacks.
Absolutely, honey. Absolutely. You gotta You got to be in here, like, but you'll never be given nothing that you can't handle. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And I remember when I was a kid, I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. When I
okay,
was a kid, I was like, what does that mean? Watch, study, and pray.
absolutely.
As an adult, now I understand.
Yeah, you have to. For you.
For me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So God bless you.
Thank you so
I
much.
just found your channel. I'm gonna
Thank,
subscribe
thank you so much.
and God bless you.
You too. You too. Be safe out there, okay?
I will. I'm guarding my spirit.
That's right. All right, Nick. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Look, you know what? We got another caller on, and I'm gonna let her come on with us. She's waiting backstage, and she hears everything we're saying. And because she has her camera on, I'm gonna let her come on. I'm gonna let her talk for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna let her say hi to you, and then you and I are gonna have a talk.
All right.
And she's gorgeous. Hi, JL. I saw you in the chat, so I was like, let her come on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
We can hear you.
Okay, great. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm on here. Yes, girl, I'm always in the chat being messy. I am so sorry. The last woman that was speaking, I asked her if I wasn't asking for like the spelling. It was more of just like I thought she was like making fun of her. I don't know. It wasn't, no mal intent. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. The show, I'm actually kind of annoyed that they put it into 2 parts because I'm just like, really, it was a lot of filler. It was a lot of like commercials. Like I just didn't understand
We're
that.
there like 12. How many hours were you there, Randall?
Like 14.
Yeah, you're there between 12 and 14 hours. So there's no way that they can get 14 hours of footage into 1 hour. And to think that they put it into 2 hours, that's still a lot. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that Kadeen should have just apologized, like Katie. Oh my God.
Okay.
Katie should have just apologized. It would have been so much easier instead of, I just felt like she was just really hard-headed in that moment.
Yeah.
And there were some people who were commenting on her and Sharice's interaction, and they were like, oh, they're just kind of playing it up. But after watching Sharice's interview, it seemed that Kadian, she was the one kind of playing it up, she was playing it up for the cameras. Good for her and Swayze, whatever. It's really annoying. I feel like Tommy never like checks any of the men. He just kind of lets the men go on, and it's just like, why couldn't you have checked Zoe in that moment? I'm happy he just like exits stage left because I was ready for him to go, and why are you so hot? Like he's acting like she did something to him, the whole barbecue, grill you, whatever comment was just so childish. And he harbored all of this anger towards her. It was really unnecessary. And I'm glad she called him out. He supposedly had a girlfriend the whole time anyway. So I was like, whatever, dude. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I wanted to say about this?
Hi to Randall. Say hi to
Randall. Hey, Randall. Randall, I can't lie. I was a little mad at you during the season because I just felt like you were a little indecisive. But, like, I get it. You were just trying to fill out your connections. You're trying to, and I could see that you really did have feelings for both of the women that you were dealing with, particularly Jamala and Kayla. Trinika, I don't know. But that's really all I wanted to say.
Well, we love having you. Thank you so much. Make sure you click that thumbs up and join. Make sure you're back next week, okay? Next Friday. So we can discuss these shenanigans.
Drama. I live for it. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. Bye-bye. Yo!
All people you gonna bring this dude on.
That's my brother.
What's going on? What up, Randall? Bro, what's up, man? Hey, Sabrina.
Hey, Ty.
Hey.
Randall.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you feeling?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Does it get worse?
Might be a little different. Right now, I'm good.
He like, ask me again next week.
I was gonna say, does it get worse?
See me get it in, but you know, I'm good.
Yo, everybody was throwing shade. Everybody was going at with the extra comments, everything. Like it felt like everybody came in with an agenda, and they was gonna get their point across.
Yo, Tyrone, everybody
What's good,
was for
people?
the what? They was for the what?
For the shits. Everybody was for the shits. Every single scene, somebody threw in something that didn't really have to be said.
Oh,
bruh.
A lot. Like, and it was so funny because when Swayze and Alonzo was about to get into it, you was like, I'm gonna sit right here and I ain't gonna say nothing. And you was like, what the hell is going on?
It was crazy. I didn't know where it came from exactly. I was just sitting there. I was just like, oh man, like, oh, it was a crazy day for sure.
Oh my God.
Sure. From the start though, like.
What's up, everybody in the comments? I see I just haven't responded yet. What's good? Yeah, whew. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Like, it's to the point where I don't even know what to say. Like, but you know what? This person might have something to say.
Oh man!
Oh snap! What up, Samson?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, except for me, I'm chilling.
Yo, Samson, he like, it don't matter because I got a girlfriend anyway.
Oh snap!
Oh man!
I'm like, what is going on? Look, this is just part one. I want to say this is probably one of the best reunions that I've seen. I've seen all of them. This is probably.
I knew it was going to be like that though, because we had so much stuff going on during the show. They couldn't edit it out. So like, I knew the reunion was going to be crazy.
So the reunion, like y'all taped when y'all were finished, right? And everybody's still angry. Like, what is going on?
Right.
And then, what is going on? You would think, you know, these people slapped their mamas or something. Like, what is going on? Like, why is Zoe really mad? Like, what is the reason why he's so mad?
And then how come he had all that smoke for Sharice, but as soon as Swayze stood up, he like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, are you trying to like you? I don't understand. You had all that smoke for Sharice, but then when Swayze something, you like, man, it's time to go, man. I ain't even for this life about this life. Like, really.
Yeah, it was, I mean, he was about to leave anyway, though. I'm gonna say that he did say he was gonna leave in the very beginning.
But why couldn't he pop off to Swayze right before?
I don't got nothing to do with that part.
I mean, I'm not really asking you. I don't expect
like, I don't got nothing to do with none of that. But I will say, he said he already made up in his mind that he was gonna leave, though, because he was really about to catch a flight.
So I really didn't expect for you to answer. I'm just saying.
I'm just giving it to you. I didn't want you to know that.
Like, Samson.
What up, Samson?
What in the holy heck? Let me sip the last of this wine. I feel like.
First of all, Samson started everything. I want y'all to know that. He was kicking everything off.
Oh my God.
Shoot, I might need to go make a drink after this.
Yo.
Gotta wait till next week. Next week.
It cannot, like, just from the previews, it looked like it's gonna be messy. But if it's messier than this part, yo,
it was more. There was more than what they showed in the previews, because some people was like spitting some inside secret shit for no reason. Hey, I don't know who Strawberry with the J is, but hey, people's gonna be doing research on you, girl. So. Yo, them internet private investigators is on it, and you're gonna be in the chats. You know, whoever she is.
Honey, They will find out who
Yes.
Strawberry with the J is. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They looking right now. I'm telling you. They already found her. We just ain't seen it yet because we here. As soon as we go there, let me tell you something. So I just want to ask Samson this. Because, Samson, you have a lot of fans and you have a lot of people.
I'm making a
that
Go ahead.
Samson, sexy Samson. You just said tonight that you are in a relationship. So please let the people know, are you single now, this very minute, or are you still in a relationship? Because I know they like, no, Samson can't be in a relationship. So let the good people know.
Hey, Sabrina, how you doing?
Really?
You know I don't open up.
But you said so you can really talk about it because you said it. So now it's like it's over.
I'm just trying to figure out. Me and Randall, we're still trying to figure out. It's a damn reunion, and there was no corn on the cob. No chicken, no watermelon. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't feed us properly. We were hungry. Those folks were hangry in there. So most of what you saw was a lot of hungry black people at a reunion.
It was a lot of hangry on them.
How many reunions you been to with no food? So I can expect it.
I don't know. The only time we had food was at the reunion. They had a whole spread for us. Other than that, we ain't really get to eat.
I can't speak about your question until the next episode airs per contract.
Okay. I get it.
I'm gonna definitely come on next episode. You're gonna want me to come on next episode. Sure.
Oh my gosh. So let me ask you guys this, because this was actually one of the things that I mentioned when the episode with Samson and Sharice. How are you guys as mental? Like, are y'all like y'all are good? Like, how are you taking like the scrutiny and the negative? And I know, and it's some positive too, of course.
Yeah.
And it's both. But how are you guys mentally? Like, how are you feeling about it right now? And really, honestly, speak on that.
Right now, I'm good. I've definitely had moments.
Yeah.
As of recently, like where I've had some downpours. I actually called Samson like maybe a week ago. So I do that. Like especially like the people that are like, oh, like Samson was like big bro the whole show. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So like when it was time for me to like call him, I definitely called him. But for the most part, I played college basketball. I'm from DC. I've been called every name you can possibly think of. So like the comments don't bother me too much, but I also stay away from them.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
That's good or bad, because you can take all of the good stuff and it'll mess your mental up. Also, that's what people don't understand. Like you can't live in the Ready to Love universe. These people don't know you, and you're getting trapped in that. They're going to destroy you. So I definitely stay away from it.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Samson? And that was the thing that I was trying to say, and that's why I told Randall, like, yo, hit your boy up, because I know how it can be.
Yeah.
Because people's mental, like a lot of people aren't really ready for this, and you won't be ready until it happens. So for me to have gone through it, that's why I was like, oh my God, like I know what's about to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how are you feeling, Samson? Where are you right now?
Well, after getting to know you a little bit, Sabrina, and your story, and what Tyrone does to encourage people in his circle because of his story, even Ready to Love. First of all, thank y'all for what y'all are doing just to make y'all's communities and the people around y'all better and stronger. But I'm happy when brothers like Randall reach out, and he ain't the only brother that reaches out. Yeah. Most of the guys that were on this journey with us fared pretty well, including myself. Y'all saw me challenged in that last scene. I definitely was challenged. I wish I could do it all over again and present myself under pressure differently. I typically am composed. Barack Obama is one of my heroes, and y'all saw how he got drilled in the White House. No matter how good of a job he did, sometimes he barked back, but he did it with class every single time. So I wish I did that last scene better. But there's the ladies, however. One thing I wish the show did and I think some reality shows do this. They have complimentary massages. They have mental health professionals, behavioral health experts that they can consult with after shows, before shows, even on scene, on sets. We didn't have that, and there were a lot of calls and texts and FaceTimes with tears from ladies that were on this show, and they're still going through it. You know, I don't know if you remember, Sabrina. I told you I like to jump on your show and Kojo's and listen to some of these reviews, because it gives me an opportunity to hear what they're hearing, so I can have a little bit more meat and potatoes to interact with them on. You know, to work with what they're hearing, and so yeah, it's been a lot for the ladies, you know, and
yeah,
it's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah. Well,
the lady who was the lady that was speaking before we all came on. She was very emotional. Who was that?
Sonia.
Is this a friend of yours?
One of my soulmates that is here on my channel. I don't know her personally. Just
okay.
That, yeah.
I just wanted to say, you know, it is still TV, and there's a lot of people that did go through some emotions, very up and down, like Randall and Jamala were just explaining in this first reunion scene, part 1, about Randall was talking about the ups and downs, a lot of ebbs and flows. But to Sonia's point, you know, the way she's feeling, it's not that serious. I mean, there are, and this is my opinion, because a lot of these, what you're seeing on the reunion, a lot of these girls are hanging out right now, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that looks like it's worse than it really is. And I know real life can be like that, but for this show, we took it, the challenge, because it was a crazy challenge. But they are much better than how the camera is perceiving it. The camera got the worst and the best of the drama. And the real life is not as dramatic, and they're out there hanging out, they're smoking hookah, they're toasting to life, they're going on yacht rides. There's things that are happening that the audience will never see. So it's not as bad as what Sonia kind of depicted. So I just want to make sure that she sleeps well tonight.
I feel like there was a tense energy in the room. Was that something that you felt as well?
Y'all saw my facial expression. Look, if you look at my expression and Randall's expression, the entire scene, this entire episode, that's the feeling of the reality that took place. Randall's face was kind of long. My eyes were open. You know how Sabrina looks when she's watching these shows live? Her eyes like this, and she grabs her wine glass and she's sipping through a straw, like her eyes are. That's how my eyes were. And so I was shocked. You know,
I saw you a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, that was a feeling, Tyrone, bro. It was.
I can understand, because sometimes, like when you're on stage, you know those cameras are there. Sometimes you don't know what to do or what to say, especially if other people are wilding out. Like there's a certain part of you that wants to jump in and be like, nah, be cool. But all those cameras is right there. So you kind of pause for a second, hoping that they're mature enough to work it out. And when they don't, you're like, oh man, like this is another moment of negativity. You know it's going to get aired. You know what I mean? You know it's going to be used for entertainment. And you're just like, damn, man, this is not why I came on this stage. You know what I mean? But sometimes you get to a point where it's too late. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, it's going to be a little grimy today. Let me push out these next 10 hours.
Did y'all on y'all season? Did y'all think that any of the cast members were plants?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you know, some of us have been talking, you know, during the season and after the season, and you know, we thought there were 2 plants, and you know, I'm not going to say any names, you know, but of the same sex within our season. I'm just like, why are they doing stuff that's unnecessary? And it's always in front of the camera, because when the cameras are off, they're getting along, but when the cameras are on,
Say
So
no
I'm
more,
like,
fam.
I'm like, why is this happening only in front of cameras? And so are these plants by production, or are these people truly ready to love? Because if the plants weren't there, there would really be opportunities for people that were searching for real love to find real love. Because people watch this show from the very beginning to understand, because they believe in Black love, the opportunity for Black people to show who we really are. Excellent, powerful, strong, formidable, classy, instead of hood, ratchet, ghetto, gangster, fighting, argumentative. So was there frustration that built up over the episodes? Of course there was. And what you saw in certain people as it developed and grown is this: we got fed up because we started to see, like, damn, why are you so different off camera?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. And you notice I didn't say any names, Randall.
Shit. You didn't have to.
Wait, Randall, what were you saying?
I know.
So I definitely want to say this because, and I've said it plenty of times, and everyone knows, like, I keep it 100 all the time. Yeah. Even if I have something negative to say or controversial to say, it doesn't mean that I don't love the person. It's just what it is. And one thing I've always said is that if you're not ready for TV, it can get to you. And that's one thing that Tyrone and I, we've talked about so many times, and about how it can really mess with your mental space. You know what I mean? Especially, like, if you're not strong, you don't even know, like, you're not strong until you're not strong, and then you have a breakdown. It's people from our season that actually had to seek therapy behind it. So with all that being said, Tyrone, he does, on his YouTube channel, he does talk about mental health, especially for, people that are on the screen like us that aren't ready, and they do have breakdowns. So I'm just going to throw this out there, and I don't know, Tyrone, I hope you don't mind, but if you guys, after the reunion part 2, and I know you guys will have interviews and stuff like that, but afterwards, I would love for you and Tyrone to go on his channel and really talk about mental health. Like, I think it's so important, and I don't think it's enough of us really educating people about it, and realizing how important it really is. So I would love for you guys to, like, hook up with Tyrone and, like, really talk about y'all's experience and moving forward, and and what it did, and how you overcame, etc., and just life experiences as well. So I just want to put that out there. I hope that was okay, Tyrone, because I know
No, for sure.
Because I've been on Tyrone's channel, talking about my situation. So, and I just think that each one teach one, like, we just need to all come together as we can, and to, educate and, put it out there. So I just wanted to say that.
I mean, I gotta, applaud y'all for even coming on tonight, because
exactly,
but the people in the comments, they got the opportunity to skewer y'all right now. You know what I mean? So, and I know for me, you have a vision of yourself, right? You be like, I'm a good person, I'm a good dude. And then all it takes is that one comment, to put some doubt in your head. Yeah. And now you're, like, done for like a half a day.
No, this is what I tell the people. Let me tell you, on that point, Tyrone, this is what I tell folks that have been kind of struggling with the comments. They don't know you.
Right.
It's like if you're going to allow social media to get under your skin, baby girl, you're going to have a tough life. And until you correct that and allow only people that know you to remind you who you really are up here and in here, you're going to have a really effed up life. You know what I'm saying? So it's really simple to do. It's hard. It's easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
Easier said than done. But I constantly caution my female friends on this show, and the ones that I even don't talk to, hopefully the word is spreading, because I know it's different people that they're interacting with. Like, Randall has some circles on the show. LJ has some circles on the show. Devin has some circles on the show. Mike does. And for the Calvin, and we're all still talking. We're all still cool, the fellas. We didn't have this level of drama. Y'all didn't see any drama whatsoever from the fellas.
Yeah, it was fun on our side.
Yeah. And so the good thing is that we're feeding that positivity. We're feeding that positivity to our individual circles to remind them of why they are special and why they are ready to love and why they just didn't find love with any of us, and why they should be ignoring social media, or just realizing that there's a lot of ignorance out there in social media, and not to take it too personal, just to enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Well, why do you think it was such a stark difference between the men and the women? Because on our season, we were great. You know, we were great. There may have been one person, you know, that the fellas may not talk to, or they may not talk to the fellas. But as far as I know, all the fellas is cool.
Randall, remember what I said to the fellas when we first met? I was just like, hey, listen, we're going to the gentleman's lounge. We're not talking about each other, and we definitely ain't talking bad about these ladies. Remember that? We kind of set the tone early.
That's what the guys on our season did, but then behind each other's backs, they were doing it.
We didn't do that though. Rod, tell her, Rod, did we do any of that?
Nah, we didn't though. It was fun.
That's good that y'all stayed solid. Our guys did not, honey. They was worse than the women behind the scenes.
That's not a man to me. A man that's going behind the other man's back and gossiping and spreading rumors and talking shit. I mean, even on this show, I heard about one person. Again, I won't mention names.
Right.
You know, calling girls and talking about what's going on with another girl. Like, I'm like, why are you calling a girl? You know, you're all in competition. These girls are in competition. You know, they're vying for you. So why are you talking about an issue with another girl? Talk to someone that's not even on this show. Talk to your people at work, or talk to your family member. Talk to a stranger. You know what I'm saying? But why are you calling a girl that's in competition with other girls on this show about what you're experiencing? That's some sucker shit.
Are y'all allowed to talk about this? But how did y'all feel about how Zoe addressed Charisse on stage? Were y'all like, did it make you uncomfortable? Did it?
I was sitting right beside him, so it caught me off guard. You know? Like, it was just, but like y'all said, it was like bottled up tension, I guess, because you know we hadn't seen him for a while. You know, like that was like the end of his ride. And that was like their first interaction with each other. I hate that it boiled over like that. Like, I don't think it would ever go to that point, for sure. But it came out of nowhere. Like, the whole show was built on a bunch of lows and highs. Like, it'd be like really, really low, Tommy talking, and then like immediately skyrocket, you know? So I was also like caught off guard.
Yeah. What about you, Samson?
Your specific question, Sabrina?
My specific question is how did it make you feel to see Zoe react the way that he reacted to Charisse when they were on stage together? And they were
well, you saw my facial expression when it was happening on this recent episode. So it was shock to us all, but and I shouldn't say but, I'll just say and. If there's no communication between that last scene they had and this reunion, it's just picking up where they left off, you know? And so it may look to the audience like, hold on, doesn't the reunion take place like how many weeks after that last interaction? And so they're piecing together and doing the math in their head, saying that should have been squashed a long time ago. But if you think about it, the last time you left, you was on 10.
Yeah.
Come back together, you're on 10. And the way they cut stuff is they're not going to show the parts where it was amicable or where it started off on maybe a 4 or a 5. They're going to start off on 10 because that's where the ratings go through the roof. And y'all heard Ready to Love just topped a record 2 weeks ago for reality TV because the drama is spectacular.
Wow. So y'all being us?
Can you believe that?
Wow. Yeah, because we had the high for a long time.
I mean, I still don't understand why he's still mad. Like, I was thinking if you're that mad, you're going to say something more specific than you're being fake. Like you're still upset about fakeness for months. Like
So,
it's gotta be more
Tyrone,
there. It's gotta be more there.
Yeah, because you got to remember, they're still talking after all that, and stuff is getting back to Zoe, stuff is getting back to Sharice. Randall and I, we're on here, so I can speak to Randall a lot. We never engaged in all that. I call it chatter. We stayed above the fray, but that stuff was getting around. They were doing posts. Text messages were being screenshotted and shared, and stuff was getting back to Zoe, like, keep your name out of my mouth. And she's saying the same thing, keep your name out of my mouth, And so it was all this stuff ongoing from that last scene that y'all saw together with the pool tables till, what y'all just saw. So it's not I can't believe he's still upset, Tyrone. It never stopped.
Right.
So maybe it's the purposely trying to hurt a woman on TV thing for me. Maybe it's that part,
Yeah. Real quick, Tiffany West says, how many months between wrapping up the show and the reunion did y'all have to wait?
I think we did the reunion maybe a month, because I think the show aired and we
How many episodes was it in before y'all shot the reunion? Because I know ours was like at least
4, 5, maybe.
Like we filmed the reunion episode 4 and 5 was already on TV, and then we shot the reunion.
I was gonna say 3. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he got the 4 up, but I was gonna say wrong when we did ours.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because nobody was really mad at each other yet.
Exactly. That's how it was with us too. People were like,
hey, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm thinking, thank the Lord.
Yeah. So, what about the new stuff? Did they show like any new clips that y'all didn't see? Because I feel like I saw something new tonight. I feel like I saw new footage tonight. Like the whole Mike and Kayla scene.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would have been good to show.
Right. They only showed my scene because that was I think that was his elimination scene. And I think that was his elimination scene with Kayla, because it was like back to back. It was like mine was one day and then his was like the next day.
No, they showed that. We saw that.
They showed mine.
It was last episode. They did when he sat there, because he was like, unfortunately, yeah, and he told her they were sitting at the picnic table, because Randall was like, I ain't picking you. And I was like, see, that's how Randall should have done it, like Mike, because Mike was real nice about it. Randall was like,
no, they didn't show that. They didn't show that during the season. That was new footage.
That was
tonight.
My scene was totally edited.
Don't say that, Randall. Randall, don't say that, man. They're gonna come after you, bro. Don't say that, bro.
Oh,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, like my man.
Okay.
Like totally. Like.
So Marriott said it was a digital exclusive.
Maybe
I didn't watch. I only watched one digital exclusive.
It wasn't there. I was the only one who eliminated Kayla on TV.
Hold on, you said what?
I was the only one to eliminate Kayla on television.
You would no, because they showed Mike. They showed Mike sitting down talking to her.
They don't. It's just me. That's when they hit me with the I'm not picking you. That's it.
Maybe it was in the previews that I saw it, and I'm getting it.
I don't know if it's a digital exclusive or not, but that scene, that was his, because they were back to back. We did them back to back.
So you didn't say it like that, did you, Randall? No, you didn't say it like that, right?
Samson?
Huh?
The show over.
I mean, the audio with you saying, I'm talking about when you were saying to Kayla.
She was like, you got to make a decision. You got to let me know. You got to let me know.
Okay, I don't even care. Look.
The audio wasn't, sounded edited audio.
Really happened was that whole last scene was shot in one day. You get what I'm saying? So I had 4 scenes in that day. 4 scenes. So when it comes down to I have to make a decision and do the elimination, it's also this girl's birthday. Right? So right, it's her birthday. And Kayla's intense too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why do I gotta do this now? Like what do I gotta do this now for? Let me do this another day. It's not a good time to do this, right? be compassionate. What I was told, okay, fine, that's how I am anyway. So we get there and we're like having a conversation. And I want y'all to remember the scene, okay, when I say this. We're having a full-blown conversation about like how everything's went. I apologize for things. I talk about friendship afterwards, like the whole nine, you know. And then our producer, which I'm not going to name because I'm not allowed to do stuff like that, like gets up and says, send her to the bathroom. You know, because I guess I was dragging my feet with delivering it. You know, so when she comes back, she has a total different demeanor than what she had the entire conversation. Because I had broke that awkward stage when she was cutting my stick up and dropped the handkerchief on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at that scene, I'm laughing, you know, and I'm like, so we break out of that. We're having a full-fledged conversation. It's super nice. And it's her birthday, right? And this is how you know I'm not lying. So when she comes back, and she sits down, she's like, okay, so we're at the crossroads, you gotta make a decision. Like, what do you want to do? So now I'm mad at the production at this point of one of them. And I just say, well, I'm not picking you then. Like that, right? Then I say, are you ready to go? And she says, yes. And she gets up with me. That's what nobody catches. She gets up with me. We walk out together. And I'm so mad at that point that I take the microphone off my back and put it on the table and we walk out at the same time. So they cut out the whole banter. They cut out the whole thing and only played that part of the scene. I didn't even have an attitude for real.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot. And that's exactly what I be saying. Like, one thing, and I'm going to say it again with y'all on the screen with me. When we review the show, we review what we see. It doesn't mean like we reviewing you as the real person because we don't know. We don't know y'all in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, Sabrina.
No, because Samson, because you need to know, like, and I'm going to say it out loud in front of everybody. That's what it is. We review the show. Like, what we see on the show, you might be an asshole, but in real life, you might be the sweetest thing ever. Yeah. But we don't know that because we don't know you. We only know what's and you just said a whole mouthful, Randall. Had you not told us, we would not have known.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dang, he just was like, I ain't picking you. I was like, dang.
It's like I went from being calm the whole season to just like that.
You know what's so funny though? You know, Sabrina, Tyrone, you know, y'all have been doing this for a while, right? But what boggles my mind, and I've spoken to, you know, some of the producers about this after the show, is people that are so into reality TV that watch it faithfully, especially Ready to Love fans, are into the characters, are doing the comparative analysis between seasons. It's almost like they don't understand the culture of producing and editing and reality TV in general. So it's like, why are they just taking what they see and creating characters versus the entire element of reality TV?
Because that's not what it's about. That's not.
So they want to create these ideologies based on characters and their own personal experiences.
They, like, in the end, they gotta sell the show.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the audience and their perception of what they see versus the real person. Yeah.
So I think the audience is self-reflecting on themselves.
Yeah,
projecting onto the characters.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's easy to say what you would and wouldn't do secondhand.
Right.
You know, but in that moment, they probably would do something totally different if they even have the courage to even be behind the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But that's why I say too, like, after reunion part 2 ends and you guys get all your interviews, that's the time for you to show everyone. Samson, like, I'm waiting. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
That's the time for you to speak and tell your truth, period. So even if it's because I got attacked for that. Like, it may have been some issues that I had with some of the females and some of the males on the show. But guess what? When I'm doing my interview, if I'm asked a specific question, I'm going to tell it like it was. I'm going to tell it like it is from my point of view. That don't mean that when I go out in the street and I'm going to be like, it means that that's what happened on the show. And that's what I'm going to discuss. It doesn't mean like after I do my interview, like if I see you on the street, I'm gonna be like, oh, look if you buck, look if you. No, I don't got time. But I'm not gonna not tell my truth. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm gonna say this too, when you do your interviews, make sure you don't hold anything back, because it was a lot of times when I did certain interviews, I was like, dang, I wish I would have said that, or dang, I wish I would have. Just put it out there. It's your truth. That's just the reality of it. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
And that will also give the audience and to the people here that's going to watch all these thousands of people on all these different, because YouTube is hot right now for this.
Yeah.
So you put on all these people blogs and interviews with these YouTubers, make sure and then to give them the real, give them something each time, give them the real. Don't hold nothing back. If somebody get offended, they just gonna get offended. It's your truth. So just remember that too.
Sisters keeper, sisters keeper. I love it.
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's
important.
True. Ty, am I right?
Yeah, it's important because, you know, I've got confronted by a couple cast members talking about I had said something negative about them. And I was like, yeah, right. I probably have. I've said a lot of things that you probably don't agree with, as well as things that you probably do agree with. Right? So just let me know what I said and let's hash it out. It didn't come from a place of malice, right? It's just talking
like
about what I saw.
I don't like you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
if I see you in person, I don't even really talk about that stuff. I just be like, what up? What's good? What you drinking? Right. You know what I mean? And then, oh man, I was going to make another good point, but I forgot. Mm-hmm. But we kind of just leave it at that. And, you know, those folks kind of didn't even want to discuss it. And I'm like, is we grown or not? But then I was saying it's totally up to them, you know, to speak your truth. So every time you get on camera, that is your opportunity to not be that person that people think you are on camera, but without saying it.
Because now this is a real you with no producers, no, you know, say this, do that, get up with her.
But some of us though are the same on camera as we are on these lives.
Absolutely.
The same every single day.
Have you met Corey? Have you met Corey in person?
You're looking at one of them right now named Randall.
Yeah.
Every day. That's rah-rah right there.
Yeah.
So just make sure when you do these interviews, just, you know, come on there with your truth, say everything that you need to say. And, you know, because this is your time to let everybody know, like, when this happened, this is how it really happened. You know, this is how it was edited. It was XYZ, whatever the case may be. But you just have to, you know, take that opportunity to do that. And once that opportunity is gone, you're not going to get it no more. Like, you're not going to be like, dang, I wish you'll get another interview. But that interview, you got 70,000 views. This interview, you might only got 2,000 views. So just make sure whichever interview you do, you know, and make sure your shit is consistent. Because you're going to think
I'm pretty sure Sabrina Tyrone didn't care about how many views he got.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
I damn sure don't care.
No, that's not, you missing it.
Well, no, I know what you're saying. Put your best foot forward, period. Because if you want to show yourself for who you should be, just to make sure that you're doing it properly. I heard you 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I was just saying I really don't care about how many views I'm getting. That's all I'm saying.
It's not about the views. It's just about you showing up authentic and genuine and real.
Oh, and you're saying as a result thereon too.
Real life.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Tracking 100% now. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, so overall, how do you feel now that the show is over? Are you guys like Randall, I want to hear from you. Like, are you like, you know what, I'm done. I'm glad the crap is over. Or are you like, you know what, like, I can keep doing this.
Keep doing what? Be specific. Like, what can I keep doing?
Like, you know, like say for instance, if somebody was like, we have an all-star season coming up. Let's just say, for example, you and Jamala didn't work out. I don't know. I haven't watched. I don't know nothing about number 2. Let's just say, for example, you and Jamala didn't work out. They're like, Randall, we have an all-star season coming up. Do you want to do it? It's going to be 20 women and 20 men. Would you participate in that?
You gotta ask me that and like like right now, nah, I'm not doing that right now. Like right now, right this second, no.
That's how you feel it. What about you, Samson?
Yeah, I'd be on the production side of the house, and I'd make sure that if it's Black people on camera again, then I'm gonna make sure that the cameras run to those that are having loving experiences and laughter in their scenes and camaraderie and just a jovial spirit and talking about stuff that's truly meaningful that totally got cut out. You know, like the whole question of he's not opening up. Did y'all ever hear one question that I didn't answer on the entire season? Not one.
I mean, you were pretty, I mean, like you said, I think you even made a comment like, you keep asking me stuff that I've answered, or you said something to that effect.
Remember, I kept on talking about why are we addressing things that we've talked about off camera?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, and then there's things where I kept on saying that wasn't on didn't make the final cut. Like, what are you talking about? What am I not opening up about? Ask me. Cut. Never ever. Like, and if fans truly paid attention to every episode and not just thinking about the one they just saw, but every episode, and I'd looked at them, I watched them, and I said to myself, do people actually do people actually think I'm not opening up and sharing and being vulnerable? I've heard he's not emotionally available. And, you know, I was, you know, in talking with the producers and speaking with my fellow cast, everyone said, damn, Sam, you were sharing a lot. You are so, I don't show emotions like tears. I don't really have these ups and downs with my feelings, but in terms of sharing my
camera too, though.
Yeah,
sorry,
but,
you said that too.
But sharing my past, sharing my struggles, sharing my family, my faith, my successes, my failures, what I see in a woman, what hasn't worked out for me in relationships, how I see people in front of me that were part of this journey with us. It was super open, but you can't really control how it's. So what you heard was all accurate, but you can't control what goes into that final cut. So I felt like they definitely had me as the nice guy that turned into something that
the villain.
Yeah. So I'll ask, right? Because you have brought it up, right? So it seems like there was some reluctance for you to open up, and you said you understand that it's cameras, you understand that it's a show. So what was the reluctance from you to answer the questions that she was asking? Like, did you feel like you knew what she was trying to get at? You know, because you just said, like, we have already talked about this before. So what was your reluctance to get it out again, one good time on camera, so the people could see that part of you?
Because I kept on saying, what question is it? What part of me not opening up do you have? So again, like you just mentioned, why can't you just say it again? There was never another question for me to answer. There was never another question. So I want him to, if you notice, a lot of the opening up was deliberations, talks with Tommy, but not specific questions to me.
So
the dad, like for instance, the you know, and there were a lot of, you know, I could talk on and on and on about this, and I can't wait to talk once this is all over. But the questions that the dad asked at our last date, Sharice's father, great questions, and it was about being a Christian, and you know, they painted him to be like this laid back, chill, you know, father, you know, this old school player. But no, this man really did have his daughter's best interest, you know, and it made it seem like him and her weren't getting along the entire date. And we actually did get along, and there was a lot of laughter and good spirits, you know, on that date. And by the way, the coffee mug, the pink coffee mug, y'all, that was for the mother.
Mom,
and you know what I'm saying? The
he was
flowers.
like, where's mine?
Yeah. So, and it made it seem like I just plopped down the mug. Here you go, sir. No. I said, hey, this is for your wife. I mean, Sharice's mother, because they're separated. It's for Sharice's mother, but if you really want her gift, here it is, you know? So,
yeah.
So that's that. But it was a good conversation. And Sharice had an opportunity to see again Samson opening up, not just to her off camera, but also to her father on camera. And so I thought, I mean, I met a lot of fathers in my past, you know, and I think he did a great job making sure that he was vetting me properly. Unfortunately, they just didn't paint her and her father the best in that scene. And it's a damn shame because that's a father-daughter relationship that's on the mend, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll try my best to try to address the whole opening up thing and what the people are asking for. Because you had said it yourself about addressing the specific question. And it seems like that's your thing, to only address the specific question that they're asking. And people want to, like, they're praising you that you're addressing the question and you're answering the question. But what about being more elaborative, you know, after that? You know, like, what more can you say about either this or a follow-up statement or a follow-up question or something more other than what the specific thing that's being asked?
Hey, Randall, so to this point, it's a good point that Tyrone is making, and I'm gathering that he's speaking on behalf of the chat that I can't see, and I'm glad. So Randall knows in the Gentleman's Lounge, I was the most wordy. On camera with the ladies on my dates, I was very open, very wordy. I believe in healthy conversations being ones that really don't have questions, but everything you want to know about one another comes out because the conversation is stimulating, is robust. And so my heart was always pouring out, Tyrone. My experience was always pouring out. You know, the conversations at the white party with me and Sharice, that was a long conversation. They pinpointed the word struggle when we were just talking about, you know, Michelle Obama being a overachiever as a young attorney, not really being respected because she was a Black woman amongst a whole lot of white men. And I was just looking at Sharice in a very similar light, being a Black woman as an entrepreneur in an area that didn't really have Black women entrepreneurs and coming up. And there are challenges with that. So there's comparatives. So that was her struggle. It had nothing to do with finances, which the audience latched onto. So there was a lot of openness where I shared about me related to her, brought in figures that we looked up to as our heroes and sheroes in life. And I brought in my mother and you know, how we picked up cans. And I brought in my father and how when he came to this country from India, being a Persian descent, how he was, you know, looked at as less than just because he married a Black woman or just because his accent was different. There was vulnerability. Like the entire season, again, the cast and the crew said Samson's heart is out there, revealing everything. I put everything out there. And so to hear it spun, the most open guy, from what I'm hearing from cast and crew, turns into the one that's not open.
Man, I got one more good one.
Yeah.
I got one more good one. That last date. So I don't know if you saw or if you knew, but it seemed to us that Sharice still had the opportunity to decide, you know, whether you were ready to love or not based on how the date went.
Yeah.
Right? At what point did you feel either the date was going, you know, to the left and you were just like, bump it, or were you just still
you want
like,
some tea?
hey,
you want some
so
tea?
like I'm watching you and I'm listening to what you're saying, and you're basically saying, hey, like, I'm here, I'm not running, right? I'm here.
Yeah.
And I hear you.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like there was a disconnect between how you were responding and what she was saying.
Okay, so I want you to pay very close. Sabrina, can you pull up that clip?
I wouldn't be able to show it. Yeah.
Well, check this out. Check this out. Tyrone, I'm glad you brought it up, man. When I saw that scene, I was just like, gosh. So I was supposed to pick up my brother that day because the next and 2 days after that scene, it was meet my family, right? My brother flew in town from Austin, Texas. And so I was excited about that. The call after their ladies lounge came in so late. You know what I was doing? Swimming in my pool before I went to pick up my brother at the airport. So when I'm swimming, you know what I do? I turn off my ringer and I'm listening to music as I'm swimming. Speakers on, it's chill, it's beautiful out there. And I know that my brother's gonna be flying in about, I'm picking him up in about 45 minutes. I get out the pool, I drop, I see all these missed messages. I'm just like, I know they're not trying to call me to come do a date at this late hour. It was late, that date was late. So sure enough, finally respond, pick up the phone, call Cerise. I'm like, okay, on my way, call the producers, my bad. I was taking a dip. My brother's coming in. I was like, don't worry, we're gonna send an Uber to pick him up. I was like, no, hell no, that's my brother. I want to pick him up. And I said, y'all just hold on. It's like, Sam, we got everybody here. You know, Cerise is having drinks. She's frustrated. She ain't been able. I was like, well, this is poor planning on y'all's part. The plan was for me to pick up my brother. You know, y'all knew this. Y'all flew him in. So I was perturbed with production. I was perturbed with crew. And it is what it is. I tried to make the most out of it. I left messages on my brother's phone, obviously, because he's still in the air. Uber went to pick him up per production. I'm on my way to Miami. I live in Pembroke Pines, which is 45 to 50 minutes away to get all the way down to Miami where this dinner was. And finally find parking, pull up, and I walk in, and you'll see the scene when I walk in. There's food on the table as if I've already ordered. Now here's the tea. Here's this. I don't know if y'all did not find this as tea, but because I ain't talking about another person. But there's food on the table. I ordered that food, but it shows me as if I'm walking up, and I didn't order that food. As if the food was waiting on me, like Cerise ordered it. So I want y'all to understand this. There was a whole scene prior to what y'all saw that was about 30 minutes long, possibly, before I even came back and sat down. So I ordered my food, table empty, Cerise having drinks. She was already buzzing because she was waiting on me for 2 hours. So she admitted she was already kind of amped.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there trying to remain calm. We've seen how Cerise can get, you know, and I've been the one that's been able to temper her emotions throughout this season. She always said to me, Sam, you're the calm in my storm. And I've been able to juggle some of those emotions for her and help her stay calm. But she was ready. Here's the tea. On the way to that meeting, I get a call from one of the ladies that was in that lounge. And they said, Sam, just want to let you know they're lying on you. And I said, about what? I can't say what. Just want you to know that you're stepping into some hot water and it's based on some lies. And I said, well, if you can't tell me more about that, then what can I do with this information? And she just said, just be careful. Just want you to know that we know who you are and you're expect to get grilled because you're about to get barbecued. So on my way in, I kind of knew that it was just my time. So I went in just cool. The reason why the scene shows me stepping back to the table with food on the table, because I stepped away from the table because the emotions were so high. I said, hey, Cerise, I'll be right back. I left to the bathroom. Who runs in after me? Not Cerise. Producer, Samson, please don't leave. Please don't leave. I'm like, listen, I told her father just 2 days ago. He asked me, Sam, what do you do if my daughter gets challenging and you have tough times? I said, well, what I'll do is I'll probably get up if I'm in a relationship with her. I'll walk around the block, give her a chance to blow off some steam, and I'll come back. All right. So I did just that at the dinner. I noticed that the calmness wasn't happening. I walked away. Producer said, come back. I came back. And the first thing I say to her is this seat taken? I said, I want to start off fresh. I said, is this seat taken? She's like, yeah. So I sat down and I said, Tyrone, hey, if there were 3 things you could change about me and my delivery, what would they be? I gave her a chance to calm down, and just talk to me. She wasn't really trying to listen to it. And I said, now, do you want me to talk to you calm, or do you want me to match your energy? Because if that's how you want to communicate tonight, I can match your energy, but I'd rather remain about us. I don't want to talk about girls. I just want to talk about guys. I don't want to talk about, the girls, and you don't want me to talk about guys. But if you want to talk about girls, I'll talk about guys. Or we could just talk about us. So tell me what you like, what you don't like, and let's work on it. I said, I'm not walking away from this. Y'all heard me say it. I'm not walking away. So it just kept on going up, up, up. I was like, okay, so this is how you want it to end. This is how it will end. And so, that's my tea.
All right. So a couple things, like it felt awkward even when you walked up and asked, is the seat taken? Right? Because it's kind of like you guys are connected. You just had a whole weekend together. It just came off awkward, honestly. The other thing was, like you was talking about the energy, and I feel like from what we were seeing, there wasn't any point. I mean, there wasn't a point to where she gave an indication that you all didn't have a chance to work it out, right? Until she said there's not going to be any of us. But it felt like it was in response to what you were saying. But it also felt like you just heard it wrong. And it just seemed like maybe before then, maybe we missed something. At some point, it looked like you lost your cool, right? And that was one of the big things that I was focusing on. The fact that you had lost your cool. And then even afterwards, after the date, where you had the one-on-one, it's just you and the camera, it still seemed like you lost your, like there was something there. And then in the confessionals,
I can admit it. You're right, man.
It was still there in the confessional. So we're anxious. I know I'm anxious to see at the reunion how you come off at the reunion, per this particular situation.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. I need to go check on Sadora because she's sick. Okay. So I just need to check on her. She's okay. I'll be right back.
Hey, Sadora.
Mm-hmm.
So I can talk to you. It's just the men here now.
So I originally asked, like, at some point, did you realize that it was an elimination date and not a bubble date?
Like, I knew that on the way. Yeah, I knew that on the way to the date because I got the phone call from one of the girls that was in that lounge.
So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To us, it was never an elimination date. It was never an elimination date. It was up to her to eliminate.
Yeah, from what y'all saw. Yeah, from what y'all saw. From what the audience would see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, from what I saw too. From what I saw too. But the only intel that I have that y'all did not see was that phone call leading up to that date. And so I kind of went in saying, okay, this is my time. And I was cool with it. I just wanted to be cordial, and I didn't want to talk about, I wanted to be, hey, Sam, this is why it's not working out for me and you. Okay, cool. I don't want it to be like, hey, Sharice, the reason why it's not working out between me and you is because of everything that the guys were saying. So I didn't want her to say the reason why it's not working out for me and you, Samson, is because what the girls are saying. Tell me that it's me and you, Sharice, that it's not working out. Don't listen to someone that's been lying to you in the this entire season and take her word for it. And so for me, I was just like, remember, I know it seemed awkward. You said it seemed awkward me coming by and say, is this seat taken? That was my chance to say, let's start over. I'm walking back to the table saying, I'm still corny.
What are you starting? What are y'all starting over for? Because
because before, but the scene that got cut out, the part that got cut out of that scene, it was already lifted. So I left to come back to de-escalate the situation. It's a really good tactic to take when people are, you want to walk away from a situation. If you're fighting with your spouse, you want to walk away, allow the temperature to come down, re-enter and say, let's try this again.
So when
So
they show,
my saying that, Tyrone, is let's try this again.
so when they show us you coming to the table saying it's this seat taken, that was not your first time sitting at the table. Is that what you're saying?
That's the point, Tyrone, is there's food already there. I'd already sat down. We've already been there 20, 30 minutes. My food got there. Now it's second part of that whole scene. I'm sitting down and it's time to try this date out one more time. This one more time. And it did not go well because that's why I said, Sabrina, do you have the scene? Because you see me coming back to the table and all my food is there. And that's the part that the producer did not get to cut out. And I'm just like, yes, vindication. But but to your point though, how I still came across, I wish I could have done it differently. I really wish I did it differently. I used to tell, like,
are you talking about afterwards right now? Because it seems like you were still I'm talking about
as
she was walking away.
Yeah, I'm talking about when I said, you said this about Mike and his kids. Zoe called you fake, and I don't know if your line was Swayze, this, that, and the other. I was mentioning examples because she was giving me examples, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to match you. If you want to fight, I'm going to fight. If you want to raise your voice, I'm going to raise my voice. You want to talk about girls, I'm going to talk about guys. I'm like, some people, that's how their communication style is like that. That's not my communication style, So unfortunately, she was the only person I had an argument with during the entire season, and I tried to do my best and keep it together with her. And I felt like I was fairly successful until that date.
So I was kind of almost like disregarding that part during the date, right?
Yeah.
The thing that stuck out to me was like after the date, and it was almost like y'all couldn't let each other walk away without
it was ugly. Man, got ugly,
poking at each other.
Yeah,
and I know how it can be sometimes.
Yeah, it got ugly. Luckily, there was no name calling. There was, no cursing. It just
how'd it get there? How'd it get to that point?
Tyrone, come on, man. Do you see her interacting with guys and girls the entire season? It's you gotta. It would have been the same with you. It would have been the same with Randall. It would have been the same with any guy in that situation. It's not a situation that I was like, if there was anyone that could deal with that type of personality or temper, it would be me. I felt like I was suited for it based on my experiences and what I do and how I coach. I deal with alternative dispute resolutions all the time. I deal with conflict management. I teach effective communication. These are things that I'm good at. I've gotten paid for it, last 2 decades. So for me, I was like, this is a challenge, but I can work it out. I can smooth it out. It just reached a boiling point, bro. And we all have a limit. We all have a limit. And so I just wish I knew how to control the situation while the cameras were rolling. That way it was a more graceful exit. That's all.
Okay. Last question pertaining to this. And I don't even know if you can answer, but was there growth when it comes to you and her's interaction at the reunion?
Yeah. As soon as she came in, I got up, walked over to her.
Do we see it? Do we see it?
I don't know if they're going to show it.
Do they address it at all?
Yeah, they do address it. I don't know what gets cut out in the next season. On the next episode.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm the first person that greets her when she comes in.
Yeah.
I kiss her on the cheek. I make a drink for her.
I'm sure.
Yeah, make a drink for her, and I sit her down and we chat and we laugh and we're taking pictures and we're off to the races again. Because I want to be her friend. I want to be someone that she could turn to.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I think you answered some questions like the intense negative energy.
But I will admit I had to separate myself from her, after that scene. So I did block her from my social media and from my phone because I did not want the energy, and I met someone earlier in the year at my church, I met someone earlier in the year at my church, and I said, if there's not an opportunity for me on this show, I'm gonna pursue her. And so the first Sunday, Randall knows about this. The first Sunday after we finished wrapping that last scene prior to the reunion, I said, "Hey, listen, I'm all yours now." You know, so I started. I gave myself to someone in a quote unquote committed way that I never dated before, but I knew since the beginning of the year, January. So that's what happened. Yeah. So there was a block, but before the reunion, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to have her be the only one I'm not talking to. So I opened up my phone lines again, opened up my social media, and I said, hey, the least we could be is adult. At least we could be as cordial and cool. And if you're willing to try, I'm willing to do my part. And
you talking about you and Sharice?
That's what's
up. With Sharice, yeah.
So y'all are cool now? Like y'all are good?
Randall, I saw the.
You know, I don't know where she stands now. You know, she seems to go back and forth. She seems to go back and forth. You know, like there's a post I just made recently today about I just put a post out there today on Instagram and Twitter, and she went ham on it again, you know, today. So I don't know, you know, I don't know if she's cool with me. I'm cool, but
so you're cool, but you don't know if she's cool with you.
I don't know if she's cool. I mean, you gotta understand, you know, this is Sharice is like she has these challenging times, you know, with people, and she doesn't bite her tongue, you know, and so her communication style is very hard. I haven't cracked how to communicate with her yet, but I'm willing to be a friend. I just don't see her as a love interest at all, you know.
So, man, I kind of like I know I need to ask Randall a question, but the whole like accountability thing is kind of getting to me, Samson. I just want to make sure we didn't miss it.
Yo, ask Randall. Randall's been a part of this.
I just want to make sure we didn't miss it, Samson.
Like this, son. Randall, open
you
up,
was you was pushing an awful lot on her, man. You is. It's cool. It's cool.
Randall, talk to Randall.
It's cool. We saw Randall, like I have seen some things, right? And I think I seen it from other people telling on Randall.
You talking about what you talking about, Tyrone?
I'm talking about
what you talking about, Willis?
My fear. My fear when it came to Kayla. What did I say?
About Kayla?
Yeah, about Kayla. I was like,
because you told Kayla in her face, like what you said about her.
I think she's for the shits. Yeah. I think she enjoys the chase, the hunt.
And everybody saw it online.
All that. I
to her in front of her, so it's not a secret.
Yeah, I felt like she liked the competition. Felt like she didn't want to lose. And I'm like, I fear that her competitive spirit is going to come in between something good.
So what's the question you have for Randall, though?
I don't have no question.
Oh.
Tyrone had a lot of questions for me. Sabrina, Tyrone hit me up with like 10 questions. You know, I got one question for Randall.
All I'm saying is I have seen some things where there was another castmate already moving like she knows something we don't. You know what I mean? And it was like a foregone conclusion. And, you know, probably can't speak to it yet, but Randall, is there anything you can speak to what was shown tonight? You're muted.
You're muted.
And it all started when I saw you you was like,
oh yeah. And the cut said, how you feel about your action?
That's when it started for me. I said, oh, I think, you know.
Man, there's not too much I can say about it now because I think all my stuff come on the next episode.
Okay.
Everything.
That's what he keeps saying. We got to wait till next week for him.
It's the truth.
Okay.
What's crazy is, you know, like I think at the actual filming, I was first. You know, I was first. But So it's pretty much a reason why they want, play it on the second episode and not the first, right?
Okay, so there was some things that had got cleared up because we was questioning Kayla.
Yeah.
So the whole time we thought it was Kayla holding on to her and Mike's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out that that was not the case at all.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were talking about being at the house and leaving, we was questioning her, like, if you felt like none of these dudes was checking for you, why are you still there? But we was like focusing on Mike. Like you said yourself that Mike wasn't checking for you. Why you still there? Who you still waiting for? Right? And she said, Randall asked me to stay.
Right.
To talk. And we was like, oh.
Right. Yeah, she said it on our live. So real quick, before you say anything, Randall, I just need to let you guys know in the chat. I love you so much, guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But I need to let you guys know, if you want us to ask them questions, you have to know it's certain questions they can't answer. So stop asking questions you know that they cannot answer. If you ask questions that they can possibly answer, we will ask them. So stop asking questions. Okay, guys? Yeah. So, Randall. Yes. Sorry, guys.
So I don't really do too much of the banter. You know what I'm saying? Like you're never gonna see me like incorporate myself in any type of drama that's going on. I just leave that unsaid. I don't do. But I will say this: I didn't know about to leave the show. Like that was not apparent to me at all. So I will say that part. I didn't know that she was about to leave the show. Like I just heard that. I just started hearing that as of late. I didn't know she was about to leave the show. So I'll say that.
Yeah, I didn't ask about that.
Okay, well, you asked me if hey, right?
No, I asked about why she stayed during the I think it was the last day of the mention.
It was after the retreat that y'all were at. And remember, she was kind of hanging around because she was the last one to get in her car. And then remember, y'all saw Mike walk up to her in her car. And
she got on Mike and was like, I can't believe Mike came up and started talking to me after everybody left. That's just so weak, right?
And we were like, why
was you there?
Why were you still
Why
there?
were you there?
They said that she said that Randall asked me to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't ask anyone to stay anywhere. I did have a conversation with her for sure. I'll say that, but I didn't ask nobody to stay nowhere. Like, don't. I didn't ask anyone to stay anywhere. I said what I said when you asked the first time.
No, I'm not talking about on the show. I'm talking about the morning after.
Right, when y'all were at that house.
She said that you asked her to stay because you needed to talk to her.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this one more time.
Okay.
Anywhere. Like, what do you want me to say? I didn't ask.
Okay. We got that clear. We got it clear.
Ask anyone to stay anywhere.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
So.
What else we got? That's all you got? Did I ask?
So this was a question, and I put it on the screen, and I saw your face, Randall, and you was like, and I was like,
That's Tyrone. I'm gonna ask Tyrone got something else in there. We ain't doing that question. I'm gonna answer for Samson. We're not gonna answer that one. We're gonna move on.
This is just hypothetical.
No, we no hypotheticals right now. We good.
Do we have to wait till after part 2?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna wait till after part 2 to ask that.
You just said don't.
I was like, he was like, I was like.
Yeah, that's just how it went. Everybody left when they were supposed to leave. I didn't have to ask anyone to stay anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you this, Randall, because the way we saw it, the viewers saw it, it was like you knew from the very beginning up until especially the conversations that you had with Jamala, like you're like, look, just chill. Like, we got to go through the process. Like, relax. Like, I want to be with you, but we in this process. So chill. And she like, I know what you told me. I want to chill, but I can't chill. So you need to let him know. And you like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like you were trying to be like, relax. Like, we going to be together.
Yeah.
But what we saw on screen on the flip side, it was like, even though you were telling her this, You over here with Kayla, and you like, but I don't really know who I want. I don't know.
So what you want? What's the question?
So the question is, why weren't you forthcoming? Like, why didn't you say to Kayla, instead of saying, I don't know who I really want, it's still the process, why not say to her, look, I got a real strong connection with Jamala. Like right now, it's really Jamala. Like
I did.
They just ain't show that part.
Exactly. So the entire show goes on. The entire show goes on. You hit it right on the nail. That's why I was laughing at Samson. You hit it right on the nail. I was super invested in Jamala for pretty much the entire show. Okay, I did like, you know, and then I like Shanika also. But I immediately had put all my like eggs in that basket. It was actually where it was like, dang, I need to talk to other people, or I'm a fool around and get eliminated. You know, so exactly. So I realized that early. So then now I'm really taking my time, and it's easy because I'm not from Miami. You know, I don't know nobody. So when people say I'm not making a decision, it's like I'm actually going through the process. I'm talking to everybody. Like I'm having full conversations, which they edit out all my conversations. But I'm having full conversations. I'm getting to know each person, even though I'm fully invested here. Like I had already liked Jamala from the beginning. Like there's a digital exclusive that should have been in episode 3 that they cut. It was like one of our best scenes. And you see it in that scene, but they cut it from the episode. So if no one's watching YouTube, they never see it. You know, and then like as we get closer to the house, I like that date with Kayla. I kind of admit to her that, like, you know, like because we connected at the pool and then there was nothing for real. You know, and then we had the friends date before that also. And I realized that her and Mike had something going on. So in that date before we go to the house, we talk about how like there's like haven't been any time spent between us and anything like that. And that's pretty much what had been holding us back. All of that time was really with Jamala. You understand what I'm saying? So like if you pay attention to the women throughout the season, they would say I have communication issues, except for Jamala, because I was talking to her all the time, or I was FaceTiming her, or something along those lines. So when we get to the house, I think, all right, well, I'm going to at least, you know, give everybody a chance. I'm about to fill everybody out. Jamala had enough by that point, you know. So as soon as I get into the house, it like hit the fan really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. So I'm frustrated. By the way, we had a tropical storm here in Florida. I'm not from Florida again. So tropical storms, I don't know a lot about it. I'm driving my car, I'll blow the engine. You know, my car is 4 months old. I'll blow up the engine, brand new car. So that's what my mind was going into the house. Okay. I'm already blown. I've had enough. We had the scene that y'all seen on TV with me, Kayla, and Jamala in the room. Like that. Like it was a lot more to that in that section, and it was more than enough. So what I did was, after I collected myself, I had like maybe 2 or 3 interactions with both of them at that point. But now I walk to Kayla's room, and I sit down. I go in her room and I sit down.
She told us about that, yeah.
And I tell her, I had to tell her right to her face that I'm invested in Jamala.
That's not what she said, though.
Yeah, but that's what happened.
She said that because of everything that was going on, she said that you, Tyrone, correct me if I'm wrong, she said that, like, you went to her room, like, y'all got into a real big argument.
Yep. That's what it was about.
Because you were telling her that, and she was upset by what you were telling her.
That's what it was about. That's what the argument was about. I was already frustrated how everything was set up. Like as I came in there on that mental spew, I kind of project Jamala's emotions for real, to be honest with you. So like when she's like, as soon as she started getting frustrated, I'm like frustrated too. So now I got this like big, like they both alpha females.
Like that makes sense. Yeah.
Both like the headbutt. You know, Trinika's chill. She's chilling. Like, you know, she don't like really incorporate herself inside that energy that I know of. Like she's super chill.
Yeah.
You know, like she got her whole thing is like when I'm with her, I'm with her. That's all that matters to her at that point. So we just have like deep conversations. Like I've had some tough interactions between them two, and I was super connected to Jamala. So like I said, I project her energy. At that point, when we have that scene where you see her walk in the room with Kayla and everything, and we have that argument on it, you seen on the TV.
Where she came and grabbed her hat, that scene?
Absolutely. I was pissed. Like you even see me change in that moment.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, I changed. I become a different person in that moment, and that's when stuff started to get rocky me and her in that moment. But with that being said, I get up, you know, because they keep coming back to the room. At this point, I'm trying to sit in the room, be by myself, but they keep coming back. So I get up and I go to Kayla's room, and Kayla's like hot because I like there was a scene that's not there where I like we're walking out the room, me and Jamala, and I like kissed Jamala, and right while I was kissing Jamala, Kayla walks up. Right then and there, it's almost like it was a movie, you know. And then so now Jamala leaves. Now I'm sitting there with Kayla, and Kayla's like, you know, so this is where you disappeared to, like that, something along those lines. I'm like, what do you mean, like that? You know, and she's like, you know what, I'm leaving. So she leaves. So I sit in my room for a little bit. I get up, I walk to her room, and I say exactly what I just told you. So I can't even lie. I'm invested in Jamala. Like, this is what the argument was about. And it wasn't more so of an argument. It was just a really, really tough situation. Like, she thought I was getting mad that she was mad, but I pretty much walked in knowing that she was going to be mad. So that wasn't the thing. You know, it's just, I'm upset about the tension, you know, but I had to say point. Okay, so normally when you do that on camera, might I add, like cameras all in the room, everything.
Right.
Normally, you do that, that's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much it. But after that, I think me and Kayla seen each other like maybe six, 7 times after that.
So after that, I mean, because for real, after that, you kind of told her, like, I'm not choosing you. Was it a shock to you that it was a shock to her? Because obviously you had told her then at the house, like, I'm invested with Jamala. So were you shocked that she was on camera? Like, what? Like, you know, because if you had already told her, it should have just, you know, kind of been like, I get it. Like, I understand. I respect it. Like, I respect, you know, you and Jamala, like, you know, well wishes. And, but the way we saw it, it was like she had an attitude like it was the first time she saw it or had heard it.
You can see it anyway throughout the season. You can pretty much see, well, I guess maybe y'all can't see it like maybe Samson or somebody can see. Because like anytime I spoke about Jamala, I made it a point where I would say I'm invested in Jamala before I said anything. You know, like I'm invested in connection.
I told Kayla myself, I was like, I said it on the screen before I even met, you know, Kayla on our live. Like, I was like, why is she still there? Like, it was funny because it was a situation where she was seeing you and she was seeing Mike, and then she went on the green screen and she was like, I'm so confused. I don't know who I'm going to choose. And I remember my live watch party. I was like, you don't got nobody to choose because ain't nobody choosing you. Yeah, like, that's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying?
She was like playing the field, and I had said that to Samson. I think you heard it at one of the lounges. I was like, you know, because after they had the date with her friend, you know, because the date with her friend was kind of, it was cool, but it was awkward because it was like I'm sitting here and I'm watching these two go at it, and at that moment I'm like, oh man, I didn't even know there was something really brewing over here like that, you know. And I felt like after that moment, you know, she kind of like spent the block. You know, now it's like you come back to me at that moment. You get what I'm saying? So I was unsure of like if she like was really into me or if she was spinning the block after that. So that's when we had the date before the house. Then we supposed to spend time at the house, but that didn't really happen. We did get on jet skis together. They didn't show that. And then I tell her that I'm invested in Jamala. We don't really speak anymore at the house like that. I did talk to her outside the house at the end, you know, but we don't speak no more at the house. It was like totally awkward between us. We didn't speak at all. You know, I was pretty much with Jamala the entire trip, and Mike was with Brandy, to be honest. So
it was even because y'all even stayed in the room together, and Mike even stayed in the room with Brandy, like that trip, right? Because I was like if I like you and you in the room with somebody else, I don't even need you to tell me that you ain't not picking me. I'll be like, okay, well, you in the bed with her.
But to her defense, I did tell her I was going to give her more time. It's just that the way it worked out in the house, it was just like, it's just not going to happen, you know, because, you know, Jamal totally pissed at this moment. And, you know, so now I'm like heeding to her emotions at this point, like to her feelings and stuff like that. And then after the house, we got the friends date. I mean, the parents, meet the parents and stuff like that. And I didn't really think that I was going to meet Kayla's parents, you know. They just pretty much had their notion of how they were writing the storyline at that point, where it was just like they wanted to ensure that I was still spending enough time with Kayla to actually get to know her on another level to see if there was something.
Because the producers, they will tell you, don't put your eggs in one basket. Like, you still need to, you still need to, because you never know what can happen. You do need to get, like, you need to know everybody, like, give each person a chance. Like, they really, truly do.
Absolutely.
You can come in there, you can meet somebody, you can invest all this time, and then by episode 7, y'all trying to rip each other's necks off. You see what I'm saying? So in that part, I do understand. And that makes sense, and still, it's still a process, because that's how I did my process. I was like, I'm not going to just say, because I'm feeling Tyrone, or because I'm feeling Walter, or because I'm feeling these guys, like, I'm not going to give Carrington a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still need to see, because that one person that you think that, you're not really connecting with, by episode 8, we about to get married. We like, dang, I almost ain't choose you. So I get it.
And that's really how it carried on too, because obviously I'm invested in Jamala, and I do like Kayla, and I say that on screen. I say
you do.
A lot of time with Jamala. I spent some time with Kayla, and I didn't spend no time with Shanika really. And I say that on camera. They actually showed me say that. What's funny is, out of that whole interaction, I spent more time with Shanika at the retreat. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I got.
And we didn't even see any of that.
Yeah, I got closer to Trinika at the house. We won the game. She won the game. We went on a date. We done sat down on the couches. Like, I had multiple interactions with Trinika at the house. So it was like I kind of got closer to her at the actual house than anyone. At the house with everybody else, like, obviously I'm still invested in Jamala, but it was like I seen some things. So when we go to the what you call it, Samson, the deliberation, the lounge, the men's lounge. I say that, like I'm not going to jump ship, but now I done seen something, so now I'm kind of like, feeling Kayla and Trinika out. So I'm not going to say I didn't like anybody else, because I did. I did like Kayla and I did like Trinika. It just wasn't in the same place of where I was with Jamala.
So let me ask you this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me ask you this. So I'm sorry, Samson. I'm sorry. So the interaction.
No, I'm having fun. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So the blow up that you see Jamala have, because she did blow up at you. I mean, we all saw it. Yeah. Because she was like, you need to let them know what's good. You know what I'm saying? So after you saw that, you ended up picking her in the end.
Yeah.
Between then and so I'm not saying, regardless if you had reservations or not, that's where your heart was, that's who you chose. But did you really think, because you just said it as well, did you really feel like you was like, you know what, if this how she acting now, like, even though, like, did you ever really once say, you know what, I don't really know if that's the right decision for me? Like, even though you felt that way, did you at any time feel like maybe Kayla is better for me, or Trinika is better for me?
I'm not gonna say that, like, them being better for me, but I did have moments where I was like I don't know about this at this point, because I didn't like the blow up. Nah, I didn't like the blow up at all. I can understand it better now, 2020 hindsight, but in that moment I was really upset. Like, I was really upset, and I thought we had like a better bond at that point, where like she shouldn't have,
like, she should have known.
Yeah, that's my logical mindset. That, like, without her emotion, like, logically, that's what's in my head. I spend too much time with you. I talk to you all the time. We FaceTime all the time.
Right, because you had a lot of times you was like like you had that face.
Yeah, because I really didn't, I didn't went that way. Like, me personally, I don't speak.
Right.
I just didn't think it was going away. So that, like, brought up some reservations, to be honest, and that's when we really started to have a rocky road. But at the same time, I wanted to be different. So that was my whole thing. I rolled the dice moving from DC to Miami, right? That's one rolling dice. So now I'm on this TV show, and I'm rolling the dice doing that, because I'm a super low-key guy. Like, I love privacy and stuff like that. So for me to just, like, be out in the open, that's totally different. So normally in relationships, especially at home, you move on to the next one. Chocolate City, all right, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. Who's next, right? So I try to have a different mindset of what I had before, and do something totally different. Because I've been single for the last 3.5 years. Let's do something different.
Damn.
You know, I'm just being honest.
I've been single for 3 years. I've been abstinent for 2.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, like, if I'm gonna do this and truly be open to the process, then let me be different. So just because we get to an altercation, now we got conflict, and after I've been asking about how are you in conflict this entire time, and I turn around as soon as we get into a big moment and it's kick you to the side, I'm not doing anything different. There's no growth on my part. So I stayed, of course. You know, I'm like, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna figure it out. Like that type of deal. That was my mindset in that moment.
Yeah. So Miss Pretty Amazing asked, Randall, how do you feel about Trinika's response when you eliminated her?
Trinika's response was
that's a great question.
It really is. It was, y'all won't understand this, but it was
make us understand.
Yeah, it was kind of respectful. You know, it was kind of respectful on her part, because I knew that she was like really upset. You know, she was really upset about the whole thing. And like, I think she just got quiet. So, because she didn't want to cuss me out. You understand what I'm saying? She got quiet because she didn't want to cuss me out. But she was not happy. And it was weird. And that's why. We just spent all of this time at the house. We had a great conversation sitting on the couch. We had conversations when she was sitting on by the pool. We have the date. We staring at each other's eyes. Excuse me, and all of that, and then then we have a 2-hour conversation before leaving the house. We just sitting there and we just talking in the morning about everything that's going on, and you know, so we actually grew closer at the house. We actually grew closer at the house, and then the very next day, I got eliminated. So it was just a crazy turn of events.
Yeah, because y'all was washing feet and
all of that, like. Super crazy.
You was like, you guys was getting saged and stuff. And she like, oh hell no.
Look, and big bro, you know how brothers do, and like the brother, like the other brother in trouble. As soon as I walk back in the kitchen, Samson like, so Randall, how's your date? We in front of everybody, Jamal there, everybody.
Like,
so how was your date? Tell me about your date. This Samson, tell me about your date.
Then you walked in the kitchen hugging her like it was such a great date. And Jamala over here looking like that, Kayla like this. I was like, how messy is this?
Man.
I'm like, they know they could have hugged over there by the thing. Y'all came into the kitchen like this.
You know how late it was?
What? How late was it?
It was late. And this is what really pissed me off.
Probably 1:30.
Yeah. This is what pissed me off. They cooked all this food. You know, we played the game. So then me and Trinika go on this date, and I was promised helicopters and mermaids, and I'm still waiting on both of them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no helicopters, no mermaids.
You're not still waiting, are you?
Yeah, I ain't even get a ride around the block, you know?
He's waiting. He's still waiting.
Yeah, I ain't getting none of that. So we come back in the house after the date. All the food that was there, it was so much food. Why was there one burger left?
Hey, I seasoned those burgers up. They ate those burgers. My job, my job, Sabrina, was to barbecue for everybody that night. And the grill outside the mansion had no tanks. And so we had the damn grill on the stove. I was like, I'm gonna season them up, and Mike was flipping them.
No food. I had no food. I came back. It was no food. I went all day. I haven't.
He was like, man, this date won't worth it for real.
Yeah, I get one burger. I didn't even have a side, like no French fries, nothing. I didn't have anything. They ate all the food. The chicken was gone. They made jerky. You know, did y'all have salmon? Did y'all have salmon too?
Yeah, we had everything, but I saved Randall a burger. And
we had everything.
Nothing.
But I saved my boy a burger, and I saved Trinika a Beyond Burger because she don't eat meat. She has a very specific diet, so I made sure that they still had something. And they had veggies and sides and salads and potatoes, you know. But there was still stuff out there, and most of it was put up in the fridge because, you know, he was out there getting a foot rub.
He sure was. But unfortunately, it was no helicopters and mermaids.
Nothing.
Hey, but let me tell you this, though, Sabrina. Every girl in the house could cook. Really? They threw down, especially Katie and Jamala. really ripped it up in the kitchen. Their Caribbean roots came through hard.
Wow.
Kayla got skills in the kitchen too with breakfast. It was just nice seeing everybody pitching in. You know, it was that was actually the funnest experience the entire season. Was that getaway for some of us? For some of us.
Yeah, because the getaway was, whew, man, that was tough. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. That getaway, I'm still scratching my head. Like, did you see the thing where I was like, man, how y'all gonna put me in this house like this? Like,
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Tyrone, man, come on, man. What's on your mind, bro?
Yeah, normally he got tough questions, but today I guess he.
I got so many, even from what you just said.
I'm about to go refill my drink.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all kind of confused right now because we done had Kayla on. Y'all have both been on already. We've even had Jamala on. We've had Sharice on, and I'm hearing conflicting stories.
Well, let's deconflict, brother. What's up?
Jamala's been on. Jamala, Kayla, Sharice.
So I guess let's bring it back to.
I've been on already too. So.
You have mentioned.
Yeah, and both of y'all.
You said you wanted tough questions, right?
Y'all love y'all.
Yeah, hit Randall
it ain't
up.
Gonna be too bad. It ain't gonna be too bad.
Hit Randall.
You have mentioned Kayla's parents.
Yeah.
Earlier. Are you saying you met her parents and we haven't seen that?
You did see that. You're not paying attention, bro.
Did I miss it? Did I miss it?
Remember the parent was like, you can't answer a question with the word I mentioned.
The
question. They met.
Okay.
Yeah, because they met Mike and Randall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because remember her father. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the next question is, why do you feel Kayla stayed?
Stayed where?
In the mix.
Process without strong connections. Is that what you're saying, Tyrone?
Yeah.
She still thought she was going to win. Like, she was still trying to win.
Let me go fill my drink up. I'll be right back.
What was it that you were giving her that made her feel like she still had a chance? What do you believe? Was it because you had mentioned, I'm trying to help you out. You had mentioned an argument. You had mentioned some conflict with you and Jamala.
Yeah.
You know, what do you feel?
I mean, we went on multiple dates after that. So, you know.
Even after the mansion?
Yeah.
After the mansion?
That's what I'm telling you. After the mansion, let's see. So after the mansion, all right, I'm going to include, we was on the jet skis. We had multiple conversations after this, all right? Jet skis. Then we have the parents, meet the parents, right? Then we have we have a date after the meet the parents, which was shown before meet the parents. Okay. Then we have a date with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the actual elimination date. So I seen her 5 times. And if you include the jet ski, 6 times after that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The other thing is, you said the mansion was tough. Yeah. I don't think it had to be that tough. I feel like you kind of made it tough on yourself.
Talk to
me. I mean, I feel like you knew that you had the most connections walking into the mansion.
Absolutely.
So what was stopping you from not having that many connections?
When did I have the ability to cut anything off? Is the question you should be asking.
I feel like at any time. It could have been a text, could have been a phone call, could have been an email.
You're not listening. They had their the storyline was written. You know, there was even a time where I was trying to like technically like friend zone Shanika before we even got to the house. You know, and they didn't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even want to pour her into this stuff that we had going on. Okay. At the house, I walk to Kayla and tell her that I'm invested in Jamal. You get what I'm saying? And then in there. So at this point, it's like, all right, I realized I have to go through the process. So I actually go through the process. It was only tough because of how me and Jamala are connected. Okay. So we are connected, and how upset she is, it makes it a lot harder for me to move around the house and talk to anyone else. That's what really made it tough.
Okay.
That connection.
Okay, understood.
Right. As far as cutting people off, I couldn't cut people off like y'all think. Like that, I just didn't have that luxury. Like everybody else came in there, it was one person. You know, everybody had one person outside of Mike, and we had the same. It was Kayla. You know, so it was a little different scenario for me.
Understood. So we had mentioned language, you know, during the show.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the language that you were using even after the date with Jamaica was that there was still hope for her.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
you.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is also when I'm looking, when I start to feel things, I like Rocky with like me and Jamala, but I haven't given anyone else a chance. So I kind of like opened the door a little bit at that point at the house. Before that, there was no egg. All my eggs were just sitting in one basket, which I already talked about in the beginning of this conversation.
So that's what I'm talking about. So it just kind of seems like if there was a fourth person there, that was your connection, that you would have still given that fourth person the same amount of hope because it felt good when you're with them. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at?
Allow it to be a fourth person, but I mean, the doors were open at that point. I'm still going through the process. There's no one that is like after the house, okay? Like how I felt after the house, I felt like I'm going to feel everybody out, give everybody a chance. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm here with Jamala. You know, there's not a place for me to like, all right, well, I'm pushing everybody off. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Kayla stuff lasted all the way to the end. Like the Tranika thing happened the very next day. So then she was gone. So now they're actually telling me that you need to fill this up. Like telling me, like even before to meet the parents, I actually talked to one of the producers about it. I asked him, I said, why am I still here? And he was like, well, y'all still text and stuff like that. Y'all need to figure this out. I'm like, yeah, but it's not on that level no more. I went to her room on camera and told her how I'm invested over here, you know? And she was like, he was like, well, you know, you got to fill it out. I'm trying to tell you that she's invested. She's not spinning the block. Like, that's exactly what he said to me, you know? So then I have a date with her the very next day after to meet the parents. You know, like that was set up for me. I didn't ask for it. You know, they set that up. And it'll look awkward on TV when you look at it. We're not really talking about anything. I'm just like, man, I don't know what's going on. I need some counsel. You know, so.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. I am definitely trying to remember what they said prior to you and Kayla's last date. So I don't remember if they said you wanted the date.
Yeah, they
or
did.
If they said Kayla wanted the date because right? They said
date.
Huh?
But normally she said that I asked for that date. But they normally coach you into that. So when you do your scenes on
the confessionals, right?
Randall asked you, yeah, you get what I'm saying? So they probably coached you into saying that I asked for that date because they set up all the dates. They did that. They tell you this is your call time, you know, and you show up. That's pretty much how it happens. He just happened to tell me what he wanted to happen the day of. And honestly, since we're being totally honest, it was supposed to be both of them. I was supposed to have a date with both of them that day. Because they were the ones that's trying to make it seem like I was trying to switch, you know, because they really wanted me to switch it up. That's what they was doing. So they was really putting the pressure on me to switch, to be honest, as we being totally honest.
You talking about switch to be with Kayla?
Yeah, this switch. So like they pushing
at the last minute after everything.
They push for all of that. Like they set up all those dates and all those dates. Now, with that being said, like I said, I always say, like I liked all of them. Now, you got it right. So I had 3. I liked them, you know. But I was invested here.
So I don't even know if I can ask this question. The question was going to be, do you ever come to a decision? You don't have to say with who.
As far as what?
I mean, I saw that.
Tyrone trying to be
no,
sweet, right?
no, no. You know what? I'm gonna stop.
There you go, Tay. Good job, Ty.
He came to a decision. We all saw it.
I know what he was getting at, though.
What
we
you
all
was
know
getting
what he was
I
getting
kind of feel like I know where you're getting at. Like it's
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone, Ross.
Yeah.
I caught it.
I mean, he did say though, after Jamala's response, he was like kind of like, whoa, and he was starting to rethink things. He did say that.
No, I mean, I understand. I mean, we saw the final decision that he made on the show, but in the reunion, there was also talks of ups and downs, and I was just wondering.
Yeah,
because
right here.
I want the best. I want the best for you. So basically, I'm just trying to see if you've ever figured out what you wanted for your future. That's all I'm asking.
The next episode, I already told her that I'm back on here for the next episode.
Okay.
Like you're going into waters where it's like I can't talk about that yet. You know, some of that stuff I'm going to leave alone, but that's where it's like next week.
Did the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So real quick before we move forward, this was a question for Samson that was asked like 30 minutes ago. But and they've actually asked in the lives before, but when you were on or when I was watching it, they want to know with you and your ex, why did y'all break up? Because a lot of people said like they saw a compatibility between you guys. Like, why did you and your ex break up?
Alabama. So she's government, DHS. I'm also a sister company under DHS with FEMA. At the time, I was doing a lot of travel. To be honest, I don't like long distance relationships, and I definitely don't like relationships where I'm rarely home. And so when I was constantly on deployment, it put us. It was fun, but she needed more because she was more stable, and I could not give that to her at that time because I was not. I was very mobile. A lot of remote support, traveling all over the U.S. and our territories, and just doing what I do. And she has children, and the last thing I want to do is make a woman have to juggle the unnecessary. So especially single mothers that are trying to date. So I made sure that the time that we did have was fun. It was something we'll always cherish. It was a mutual understanding. That's the reason why we're still friends to this day.
Yeah.
Beautiful person altogether, and she's she has a love interest, and I'm happy for her, and that's why that ended. It was really work schedules not meshing at the time.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's good to know, because I was like, Dad, because y'all actually on camera, y'all's connection seemed like he need to get back with his ex. Like that's what a lot of people were saying. Like they actually really still have chemistry. Like why did they break up? So that's what they said. But I mean that's good that you guys are still friends, and I'm glad that she was able to come on and talk to us like about you too. You know what I mean? Because like we all.
She came on. She came on.
I'm talking about
came on your show.
On the show. As your ex.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to say this girl came on your show, didn't tell me.
No. I would have hit you up. I'd have been like, Samson, guess what?
I was like, man, I'm out of the loop. I need to quit traveling so much. Because right after the show, I went to Brazil and I did some hang gliding and mountain climbing and yoga, and we did a photo shoot out there. I've been busy since the show. But one of the things I wanted to mention, I was reading a review a couple of weeks ago about what's all the dates. Randall alluded to it earlier. How many dates are actually cut out? Right. And I'm happy that they didn't make me the guy that they made Randall. Randall was better for that character. I was better for my character. You know, I was better for the. Randall's a nice guy too. You know, he really is a straight shooter, and he puts it out there. He does not lie, and but Randall had 3 strong connections. You know, Trinika, Jamala, and Kayla, and I had 4, but they didn't show it. You know, my connections were Shakira, Looney, Brandy, and Charisse. And my strongest connection was Looney and Shakira, then Brandy, then Charisse. How it ended up with Charisse is kind of different and interesting. But there were 2 dates that Looney and I went on, not shown. We went to a glass blowing date. Was really cool, really romantic, really nice. And I celebrated Looney's birthday, much like Randall celebrated Kayla's, you know. And so, well, Randall really didn't have a chance to celebrate because that was poor timing, but I was able to celebrate Looney's birthday. So it's 2 dates that was cut. And then with Brandy, there were other dates that were cut as well. And so I was just like, dang. And people was wondering, why is Samson meeting her friend with Mike, you know? And why is Brandy and Looney at this, you know, meeting my ex? Everyone was questioning that. But so 4 dates cut out, big time dates that really showed our connection, that really kind of made me wonder, like, why aren't they showing this? It was really good stuff. And it really gave the audience an opportunity to see that people were having loving conversations or real dating life conversations. And it would have been more inspiring and motivating for Black women to see that, you know, there are guys out here that are interested in getting to know them. And it gives them hope to date Black men, you know? And so it just... I don't know why they didn't show all of that, but what was interesting is that, you know, I was in their tops from the beginning, and they were in my tops. If you notice, my first time up for elimination was after the getaway. It's when I told Brandy that I see her energy was with Mike, and that she's kind of wild and spunky for me. And next thing you know, I faced elimination for the first time, because at that point, Looney is gone, Shakira's gone. It's just Charisse and Brandy. Brandy chose Mike, Charisse chose me. And once I told Brandy that my focus is on Charisse, and she saw me at the getaway, you know, Charisse, you know, at the pool, we're hugged up, we're lovey-dovey, we're showing affection, and it was clear. So once you heard my confirmation that I was just focused, I'm up for elimination with Swayze. So it all changed for me at the getaway. I just wanted to mention that, just as so much the audience doesn't see, unfortunately. But I get it. It's 10 people, 10 guys, 10 girls, so they have to cut out 40%, 50% of everything that they actually shoot.
I was trying to get my question in before we ended up switching topics. So forgive me if you feel like I'm reading too much into it, right? But you have mentioned the ex, mentioned the date with the ex, and your ex had said something that stuck out.
Yeah.
Because we go back and watch it. Me and my mom binged it yesterday and today. So a lot of more things stuck out. And one of the things the ex said was she had mentioned the fact that women have to be really, really patient with Samson before he opens up. But the thing that she said after that was, I think she said something like, because he's not going to open up for someone that is below his standard.
Yeah.
Am I reading too much into that? Can you expand?
No. So what did you interpret standard to mean?
I don't know.
Okay, so that
I just felt like you have a vision, or she said it, you know?
Yeah. So she mentioned the cool and classy thing about Alabelle when she showed up with the lady. She said, hey, listen, I ain't fly all the way from DC. And we didn't know how many people were going to show up on that date. I knew my connections were, but I assumed it was going to be 2, not 3. So when all 3 showed up, we were both kind of like, what the hell? But Alabelle said, I'm not just here because I want the best for my boy, but I want the best for my fellow Black women too. And so that put all the ladies at kind of ease that she's not just here trying to grade and see who's actually on my speed or who's better sized up for a potential love mate in my future. She really wanted to see where my heart and head was still at, and if it was similar to where it was when I was dating her, as well as where their hearts and heads were at. And so the standard was, some of it was cut out, some of it wasn't, was Samson's a Christian man. He believes in, you gotta be willing to go to church. That is a standard for me. I like to be in church. I like to worship and praise God. I go every Sunday. And if I don't go because I'm out of town, I worship online. Other things are, I don't like women that curse a lot, because I don't curse a lot. And the circles that I'm in, we don't curse a lot, so it's almost like birds of a feather. We kind of heard that between Katie and Shakira and Charisse today on today's show. So class is very important to me. And so she mentioned Samson's a classy dude. And if you're not classy, then it's not going to work, because all of his friends and his family, that's how they roll. And so, that may have rubbed some of them the wrong way. And I get it. I'm not for everybody. But being a Christian, there was a list of 10 C's, Sabrina. You want to hear my C's that I had when I was in college? Christian.
Yep, I want to hear.
Christian, good conversation, classy, confident, able to cook, clean spirited, clean home, clean body. Did I say cook yet? I already said cook. Good credit, own crib, own car, and no children was my list in college. But you get out of college, you got to remove children, right? You're getting older now. People have kids now. That can't be something that this is just a wish list. And then is I replaced that kids with career driven. So that was my list. And I kind of stuck with that list throughout the majority of my young adult life. But then I started realizing that, women have lists too. You know what I'm saying? And for us to find an opportunity to love, we got to make sure we're putting down these lists and allowing an opportunity for the heart to determine where your path may go versus a damn list. Yeah. So,
real quick question. I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you want kids?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. I made it clear on the show, I do want kids. I have 11 awesome nephews and nieces, and they're the pride of my family. My 4 siblings have been fruitful. They've been multiplying, and I love watching them. And I mentioned this in the date with Shakira in episode 2. It was the first dinner date. I just said my siblings are awesome parents, and I just love watching them, be these leaders in the family to my nephews and nieces. But I've always told people that I've dated, if you have an opportunity to have children, of course, it's the woman's choice, right? I definitely encourage and motivate, if I'm married to her, to have a child. But if she doesn't want to, then I'm open for adoption. I'm open for it. So I'm down for whatever, but I would love to have children of my own one day. And if she has a child of her own already, then I'm cool with that as well. But if she doesn't, I'm always like, I got 11 nephews and nieces we can pick up between Miami, Houston, and Austin. They're all over the place.
Yeah. Another quick question, because you mentioned Shakira. A lot of people in the chat are asking what happened. I'm sorry, guys. What happened between you and Shakira? Like, how come that didn't flourish?
I'm so happy you asked. So Shakira is not a broken woman. She's not, she does not need a lot of healing. Is again a character that they put together using her. And I don't think it was dirty. It was just, again, the cameras are rolling, so you give what you are, and then there's going to be interpretation. So I get that. But what didn't work out was she was voted off by guys, and like Randall was saying earlier, he can't control if Kayla gets voted off, and I couldn't maintain and keep, Shakira based on my own will. But this episodes leading up to her elimination, where LJ stood up at that cast dinner and said, Shakira, this was Shakira's first time up for elimination. This was Sharice's third time up for elimination at the very beginning of the season. And so I was like, okay, this is Sharice's time to go. This is her third time. And just hearing the men speak to Tommy before LJ spoke and gave the determination, I was just like, those numbers really didn't add up to me, just based on what we just heard. But I think it was more her wanting to go because of all that was taking place with the guys and the girls. Shakira, I think it was a collaboration of what guys stated in terms of her needing to heal because of some of the stuff that she was going through, as well as her wanting to go because of what she was experiencing with some of the ladies. Remember, that just happened. The whole breakdown with her and Katie had just occurred, and that conversation that kind of got out of hand at the pool party, the white party, day party before the white party, with Mike and Katie and Jamal at the table. So I just didn't have an opportunity to continue to get to know her, but talk about a rich conversation, someone that's really in tune with her emotions and her experiences and her family and her son, Prince Amir. She's just an awesome, awesome individual that has a lot of love to give. It was just, she was kind of put into a character, unfortunately.
Do you feel that's a little bit of groupthink, a little bit, by Sharice being on the bottom? Because you have mentioned a lot of things that you would want in a woman. So if we took the names off of everything, Sharice probably fits most of that, probably more than most of the other women on the show.
Well, for me,
right?
You're right. I mean, it's a lot of the women had, another woman that didn't make it far that had a lot of those qualities was April, like all of those C's, really. Jamala, Randall, but you got to remember, class is very important to me. Like, how you speak to people is so important to me. And so if you're lacking class with men and women and with yourself every day consistently, it drives a huge wedge in between you and your relationships. And so you may have everything in the world, but my most important thing is healthy communication, classiness, and the rest is secondary to that, but to answer your question, Tyrone, a lot of the women had those qualities. Trinika had those qualities. Another one that, was on Randall. Randall had, remember, like Kayla, she's intelligent, sharp, business driven, just dresses well, like beautiful brown skin, didn't overdo the makeup. She complimented her beauty well, naturally, very similar to Sabrina, just knows how to embody confidence and self-worth. Jamala, educated, businesswoman, savvy, one of the best speakers you'll come across, just orates well. Trinika, this similar to Kayla and Jamala, but you throw in a spiritual element that's will touch your heart, and enrichen your soul, because she's cares about improving who you are in a sincere way, where you don't feel like you need help or correction, but you just need enhancements. That's Trinika. So Randall had an opportunity to see the best of women on this experience. And I always complimented Randall because his smooth approach was able to receive that well, where the ladies received it, and that's I think the audience received Randall very well because of his personality, his demeanor. So he had the ladies that had the majority of the best qualities all vying for his attention, and he was in a tough spot. But you did well, brother.
Samson, do you believe perfection exists?
No, not at all, man. I mean, if Jesus walked this earth, then we would be able to witness it daily. But I think we're so imperfect. I think it's okay to strive to be your best version, but we're all still far from perfect because, we're human.
So I'm trying. I'm
why
trying so hard.
Why you ask that, Tyrone?
Bro, like I'm trying so hard not
You
to.
kept on saying in the earlier interviews, panels, you're like, Samson's so perfect.
So hard. No. I also said I want to see what happens when Samson is introduced to some conflict.
Yeah.
Right? I said I want to see how he handles that. Like his journey on the show has been damn near perfect. I need to see this dude.
We heard that. Hey, Randall, how often did we hear that, man? Like, yeah, we heard that. Like the cast, not the cast, but the crew. It was just like, Sam, you all these dates. I said, man, I'm 48 years old. I have experience. It's no credit to me. Every man would be like this if they had 48-year-old man being single his entire life. Just full of dates. You have experience. You learn how to talk. You learn what not to do through your experiences. And so, but. Tyrone, to answer your question, man, when I was in my 20s, bro, if someone confronted me, I did not wait. Now it's like, okay, if you bark at me 9 times out of 10, I'm at least going to bark back once. Like I'm gonna have 10% of it. And so, but I don't show my ass often, man. I'm too old for that, dude. But every once in a while,
curse, man. You just cursed.
I will. I'm still a man. You know what I'm saying?
Like
if you get me on the basketball, Tyrone,
I don't like that.
Okay, it's okay. If you get me on the basketball, I'm
just trying to be funny, right? I'm just trying to be funny because you said your lady can't curse. So
yeah. No, I'm saying curse a lot, man. Of course, we all gonna curse.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Yeah. But I just What else you got, Sabrina?
So I have a question. And I don't even know if you guys can answer. So one of the questions that is in the chat right now, they want to know, Randall, did you how come you didn't never talk to April? What was the reason why? Is that her name? Yeah, April. Yeah, April.
April was probably the first person that I talked to in the entire process. Like, in fact, she is the very first person. Like when we walk into the mixer, my first conversation was with her. I talked to her for about an hour, but we just connected in a different way. Like I still talk to April all the time,
I think she's so gorgeous. I really
so dope. Oh my gosh, she's so
beautiful. Her
skin. She's in great, because she's a fitness person just like me, so like sometimes I look at the video, I was like, oh, hold on. You're not about to outdo me. Like that's not what's about to happen. But yeah, she's dope. Like, she's all the way dope.
Yeah. I was also
I was going to ask, because people were saying that about you too. So
so we had, I first was on the scene. Remember, I came in with the crazy comment, brains over Botox, and I walked over and I sat down. April was the first person. I was the first person at the mixer. She came in second, and then Trinika came in third, and we had a conversation there, and it was great. It was a great conversation. I just hate how they cut what I said and what the guy said in the lounge about why she wasn't here for us. There's a whole part that was cut where it was like didn't have a chance to get to what she was looking for, because she was telling us about what she does, and they made it seem like she was just talking about herself versus her presenting, this is who I am, this is what I like to do, these are my passions, and that was it. Versus, because remember, you're in a setting with all these new people, of course you got to share a little bit about what you do. Like you saw with Zoe and Katie at the very beginning. Zoe was like, I'm into real estate, I'm working on my own terms, I got all my time, and Katie was like, okay, well, that relates. You have a daughter. Yeah, I have a daughter too. They're around the same birthdays. And so you're sharing a lot. But it didn't show that there was also some give and take, because April said to Tommy in her first, I guess, ladies lounge that I like Samson and I like his conversation. You know, we had a great conversation. I just wish that April was somebody that stuck around a little bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to ask this question. I don't care, Randall. If you guys can date anybody, or if y'all, you know, like after the show, reunion part 2's done, if y'all could date any, you know what, Tyrone, you asked this question.
No, you ask, and then I'm gonna come with my follow-up question. But you know the follow-up question.
I didn't know the follow-up
I'm
question.
ask.
So if you could, like, if y'all could, like, no, like if you're not in a, we're not talking about you being in a relationship, whatever. Let's put all that to just a question. This is just hypothetical question. If you guys could date anybody from the past episodes, like who would you be interested in meeting and like dating from like the previous seasons?
Oh, I'm definitely not doing that.
What?
I haven't watched all the seasons. I've only watched parts of 2. Yeah, yours and Houston a little bit. Yeah.
So from what you've seen, if you was on that season, who would you date?
I would just say
that's not a bad question.
Sabrina, Stacy, and Dakia. Mine 3.
Hold on, Sabrina. Hold on, Sabrina 2.0 or Sabrina 1.0?
This
you, Sabrina.
Okay.
So Sabrina, Brandy, and who?
No,
Stacey.
Sabrina, Stacy, and Dakia.
Dakia, yeah. I like Dakia, yeah.
That's a good 3. That's a good, because you got one of the top ones on there, so that's amazing. Randall, stop being scared.
Stacy got 3 kids though.
I don't got nothing for you.
Stacy does have 3 kids though.
I told you, Tyrone, like at my age, I don't care if you got 3 kids. It's easy for me, bro.
I'm messing with you, man. Randall, you're not going to answer because I'm definitely going to ask my follow-up question.
Go, you ask follow-up.
All right. The follow-up is, if you only had 1 weekend in town,
oh man,
who would you go at?
You was better off answering the first question.
What is it? The 5th?
Ain't nobody gonna know. You only got 1 weekend in town.
Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I move around too much, you know. Like, you keep going to that city. Nah, I'm good.
If I had one night, you said 1 night in town.
That's your
one
question.
weekend. You got 1 weekend in town. Ain't nobody gonna know
nothing.
You got 48 hours to go hard.
I would. You know who would be for me?
Who? You don't say that again.
I love it.
Unmute the mic. Your mic mute.
That's the point, Sabrina.
Your mic mute.
Yeah.
I'll be going out with the one that likes to dance. Whoever likes to dance the most, that's my 1 night in town. Yeah, Tyrone. That's that. PC, baby. You gotta be PC, Tyrone. You know this, man. You live up there, bro. Okay, Tyrone. That question applies to you too, bro. Who for you? 1 night in town.
I liked Tiffany. Tiffany Kirk was her name.
Tiffany Kirk.
One night. If I had 1 night, like for some reason,
I would never think that
1 weekend, I still like Zadia.
Who?
I still like Zadia from my season. 1 weekend, Zadia. Did y'all see my first date with her? Jesus.
No. Who is Zadia from your season?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Is that Zadia?
I'm gonna just go mute.
Oh yeah. Good for you, Tassie. Actually working out, man. She's single?
No, not trying to get with her.
Just okay. Yeah.
I said if nobody gonna know.
Until they watch this review.
Right.
Oh my gosh, man. That's good stuff.
But yeah, I think Tiffany was Atlanta, right?
I gotta watch this.
I mean, like I felt like there was
I only know the DC ones, to be honest. I know Potomac.
Yeah, I always said I felt like there was a lot of solid, women on y'all season, like just across the board, solid.
Looney, she's hella cool, man. That's one cool chick right there. I wish Looney was on. I don't know why she didn't have camera. Well, she went down with COVID first.
That's what.
When she got back into the swing of things, it just it never picked back up. But I mean, talking about a hella cool personality, real estate guru, an artist like LJ. Baby girl, I got the feeling. But she's used to rap. She used to rap.
Yeah,
and she has her own podcast, and she's just all about good energy. I can go on and on about every single girl on this season. Everyone, all 10 of them. But I wish that also Dominica. We all saw her as the homie. We did though, because she has that vibe. She's from Miami, and she was just down to earth like that. And she's Miami. It's not loud. It's Miami. If you want to date someone in Miami, that's Dominica right there. But in terms of her personality, you better get that, Mosquito. In terms of that personality, yeah, she was really fun. Me and Randall hung out with her to watch episode 2. Was that Randall? Episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got together, watched episode 2 together. We did a live. She's just hella cool. She has some great friends, and yeah.
Oh man, this is good.
Randall's like, if you gonna say something, make sure it's the truth, because I'm gonna shut it down. I saw it.
Right.
I'm not even gonna put it up there, but I definitely put your response. So okay. Oh my God, I'm feeling it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to ask so many questions, and it's so many questions that I know that I can't ask until after reunion too. I've really been really good about tonight, but it's so much stuff that I want to ask, and I know that I can't. Do y'all want to give any final remarks on the show? Anything you want to tell them what y'all doing, like what y'all got going on, follow you on the socials, etc. Like what's up, like anything.
Go, bro.
Instagram up. You can follow me at King Randall 31 on Twitter and Instagram. That's really it. That's really all I got going on right now.
I don't want anyone to follow me. I'm good, but I'm out here in Tampa now doing Hurricane Ian recovery efforts. And it's great seeing neighbors helping neighbors, people helping people. It's the best part of my job because, we always hear through politics and through media that our nation is so divided. But every time I'm out the door of doing volunteer work or supporting different states, I see how unified we truly are. So just to be encouraged, I know it's the election season. We're not as divided as we are. There's some great people out here. Get to know them. Serve, volunteer, donate. Peace.
Yeah.
I know I might have touched on it with Randall a little bit, but Samson, you happy right now? You good?
Oh yeah, I can't really. Well, y'all kind of know what's going on. Y'all kind of know what's going on. Yeah, I'm good.
You alluded to it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm very thankful to God. Namaste all day. And, sometimes, it's hard to find love on TV, man. I mean, it's like, what, 1%, if that?
Let me tell you something. Yeah. I went on TV. I went on this show like I'm about to find my husband.
Yeah.
I just knew because I didn't really watch the episodes prior. I'm thinking like this is a real show where I'm about to like meet somebody like in real life. Me and my 8-year-old daughter sat and had a whole conversation. She was like, "Mommy, I think you really might find somebody." And I was like, "Really, baby?"
Oh, wow.
Like it was deep. It was deep. And then to find out like that was not the case. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking because towards the middle to almost to the end, I was like, This is some BS. I was like, they had me for the okie doke. Like, yeah, I was so naive. And I was so disappointed when I realized that this wasn't real. Like, honestly, this wasn't real. I had no freaking, like,
I said it earlier, Sabrina, like when you see the cameras leaving you, when you see the cameras leaving you in your conversation with a young lady having a good time, to go pan over somewhere else because it's drama or issues. It's like, this is Ready to Love. Why are you chasing the BS?
Exactly.
You know, so that's when I kind of knew, like, okay, I see that they're not really interested in putting the cameras on love stuff. You know, if you notice, the digital exclusives show that the best. There's nothing positive in any of those DEs. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
I had one good one. I'm still trying to figure out how that didn't make the cut. That probably was like my best date.
Because it was too good.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. Is there a date that you wish we were able to see that we didn't see?
Randall actually said that.
Sharice and I.
Okay, yeah.
Which one was yours, Randall? You and it was you.
Yeah, me and Jamala. They don't, like, our first date, they cut that out there. I'm still trying to figure out why.
I actually had a date with Courtney. That was really, really good.
We talk about that all the time too.
Yeah, we cried on that date because there was a lot of history there, because I dated her sister 10 years ago. So I walked in with down one.
Wow.
But would they show that on YouTube, Tyrone?
No, not at all.
They didn't show it at all.
They don't show anything, and it was an elimination date too. So, but it was one of those elimination dates where I knew I wasn't going to eliminate her, but I played it up, and was like, "You are," It was really, really good, and they just never showed it.
Man, so the YouTube video of Sharice and I at her salon, Logan Skincare, was awesome. Actually, they just cut out 2 minutes of the stuff where it's like Sam the man, Sharice the woman. But if you watch the video, it was great. It was a great spa experience, a great facial. We opened up, had great dialogue, and so when I'm hearing open up in the deliberation after that spa treatment, I'm like, the exclusive shows, the YouTube video shows me opening up to her. So why would she say not opening up after I just opened up my whole heart, in that video? So, I mean, y'all should, I hope your viewers go to YouTube and watch Samson and Sharice at her salon.
Tell them, because you already know it's going to be thousands of people watching it. Like, it's already now. So
first of all, support your Black sister, Sharice Logan. Because she's an entrepreneur, she's a sole proprietor. She's been doing this since 13 years of age. 13 years of age. She had problems with acne, as we all did, and she was able to listen to those that knew something about Black skin and Black, I don't like this term, but Black struggles. We all struggle with hair and skin and perception and identity, and it's real stuff. It's a struggle. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but she took that and became stronger, and she took that and built something. And now she's even giving back in her community to youth that need facials or spa treatment. And she's a part of this collection of entrepreneurs and female leaders within Miami that are doing something to allow women to feel better in their skin and more confident in how they present themselves to the world. And so it's right there right outside of the Brickell area. How would you describe that area, Randall?
South Beach.
But no, it's not South Beach. It's closer to Biscayne. So the bottom line is it's across the bridge off of Biscayne. And, it's a great menu of treatments and services that she offers. Obviously, it's her own practice. So you'll get her hands, her experience on her expertise on your face and your skin. And I promote her. She also started her own lip balms you know, and that's something that she brought to Alabelle when she met my friend. So, but that date was awesome. And I brought champagne. Y'all didn't see it. I love bringing gifts to all my dates, but I brought champagne. She had champagne already there for me, you know, so the mood was right. The lighting was right. She steamed me up. She, you know, it was great. It was just an awesome time, but no one got to see it. And it's a damn shame because once again, I was opening up with her. That time the camera caught it. And, but the producers decided not to show it because I needed to stay within my character of the nice guy that's not emotionally vulnerable.
Well, shout out to Sharice and her
business.
Shout out. Definitely go follow her. She does have her own YouTube channel called Logan Skincare, and also on Twitter you can follow her on Instagram. She is at Sharice Logan. So shout out to Sharice, and I'm so glad that, you know, even though you guys have like this roller coaster relationship, I mean, you know, that's what happens with friendships as well. I mean, we go through our ups, we go through our downs. So I really hope like at the end of everything, like you guys can, you know, come to some, you know, terms of saying, you know what, this is something that we both experienced together, highs and lows for both of us in front of the world to see. And, you know, and y'all can be amicable and, you know, move forward and just making the best of the situation. Because one thing I always say too, and I'll say to anybody, especially the ones that were on the show, we are so much bigger than this show.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think I've said that to you, Randall. You know, we're so much bigger than this show, and we need to, you know, every chance we get to uplift each other and to speak positive, especially like after the show, when the show is done and over with, because we're all in this together. Like, we had this great opportunity to be on TV. So it's like, now let's just try to uplift each other, encourage each other. Like, I do these panel reviews. I may say what I have to say, but at the end of the day, I go around, I say, you know what? Let everybody know where they can follow you. What are you promoting? What are you? I always do that. Because that's even why I made the missing link.
Well, let me tell you, Sabrina, like, I'm happy you did the missing link. I can't wait to come on and do it with you as well.
Thank you.
You know, it's all about motivation. It's all about encouragement. It's what Tyrone does. It's what Tyrone is doing through his courses, his classes, and his you know, his lives. I see it with y'all.
Yeah.
And I even like, it's the reason why I like Jamie and Gus. It's like there's a lot of positive panel members that you have. And by the way, my girl told me, she was like, Sam, you know, so-and-so is, you know, blasting you on live right now with Sabrina. And but I refuse to, you know, blast back. I'm just not going to do that. You know, I'm just going to make sure I'm uplifting and encouraging.
And that's
and that you just gotta do that, because unfortunately there's people that just do not know how to let the negativity go.
Absolutely.
It's just part of their demeanor, it's part of their personality, it's part of their characters. When it's so entrenched in your day-to-day, it's hard to let it go. And you really need more therapy and prayer and just consideration of self. And but what you're doing, I think, is admirable. And I'm not going to ever say anything to disregard what you're doing on this panel, because I really do. I really do think it's helping people in their relationships. So appreciate you both, Ty, Sabrina. Thank you.
We appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
For sure.
So just to conclude, I really hope that you guys do get with Tyrone, because I know someone just said also too, we need to have all three men back on the reunion so they can talk to Ty, so you can get answers. But most importantly, so y'all can really talk about like mental health, because it's really, really important, especially with our brothers, you know what I mean, our kings. And I just think that is something that, you know, if it could help the next person, that's I feel like I always said, if I can reach one person, then it was worth it. You know what I mean? So
The Power of One is a great book.
Yeah. So, but I love you so much, guys. I don't want to end this. I feel like we can stay on and talk all night long, but I'm exhausted and I haven't eaten my dinner yet. Thank you for allowing me to munch on some popcorn. Other than that, make sure you guys follow them on your socials. Do you have a YouTube channel, Randall? What's going on? Because I know I talked about that earlier.
I don't have a YouTube channel.
You don't? Oh, okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay, because you heard me, because I was like, I don't know if he's gonna start one, but just in case, go follow him. So, but definitely follow him on the socials. If you have not liked this video, I would so greatly appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. And until next week, because we will be here talking about reunion part 1 and watching.